Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Festivus holiday, Christmas stream for all. We have AEW Collision tonight here at the Wrestling for Life Network or Santa's Workshop, depending on how you look at it. But, folks, we got all the action, all the reaction, and all the fun stuff in between tonight. We got lots to talk about. Hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. But grab your snacks, grab your feel good, strap in, strap on. Ho, ho, ho. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is a Saturday stream that we're looking forward to. It's going to be a fun holiday edition of AEW Collision and the live stream here with everybody. As I said before, I hope everyone in the chat is doing well, feeling good, enjoying the holiday. And if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, hit share as well. I will remind everybody, for the next couple hours, you're stuck with me, Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and jolly old Saint Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ Claus over there. I am Big Nick, and 100% is a Festivus for the rest of us. And I now for the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people, and you're going to hear about it.
Right. It's time to get your grievances out. Grab your poll, pause, and
the test of strength, the feats of strength.
Right. We'll express some grievances here tonight as we get ready for Collision. It's on in about, 12 minutes or so. So we got that going on. We also, by the way, before we get the show rolling, I got to ask you something publicly.
Okay.
You wouldn't hashtag Bill's Mafia on channel call outs like
yes,
we as a channel are endorsing.
100%. Let's go Buffalo.
Let's go Buffalo.
As you can tell already, the vacation vibes are hitting for real 100%. I have been blessed personally with, we might see Eddie Kingston qualify for, yes, in nomine patria filii spiritus sancti. We might see Eddie Kingston qualify for the Continental Classic finals tonight. The same time I get to watch my Buffalo Bills pretty much damn near clinch a playoff spot. So 100%. It's a Festivus miracle, folks.
Right? Yeah, add in my Leafs are up by 1. Life is good right now.
See? Why are you complaining? It's a Festivus miracle all around. Enjoy the holiday spirit.
No, I laughed at it. So officially, if anyone was wondering, the Wrestling for Life Network fully endorses the Buffalo Bills.
Well, it's from my Twitter account, so I support the Buffalo Bills.
I was just, I was like, go Buffalo. Made me laugh today, my guy. But, folks, like we said, we got AEW Collision coming up. A couple more Continental Classics as this winds down. I know there's been a lot of talk and a lot of people struggling with the round robin. I don't know why. Like, I grew up in a round robin world, so it is pretty straightforward for me.
You were walking around the robin tree? But Cloven Tongues, Merry Christmas, Shucky Ducky, Quack Quack. Thank you very much, Big Dog, for becoming a member for 5 months as KJ is just God knows what. But I absolutely appreciate you, my guy.
You could have got community service instead, my friend.
I'm locked up, won't let me out. TJ, little TJ here. I'm here for AEW tonight. What up, my guy? Christian, what up? Bonkers, what up? Bills all the way. I like you. Jimmy's celebrating the Rangers just scoring. Sunny talking about did you see that now? I guess we're going to have a WWE and an All Japan kind of conversation happening.
We talk about this all the time. Triple H isn't Vince McMahon. Triple H is watching what's happening in this wrestling world. And again, I do believe that there's strategic reasons for this happening. But yeah, definitely getting involved. A mystery NXT person is going to participate. Open the door, swing it open. Well, let's all play ball. I love it.
I believe they're going to All Japan for a title match or something like that. But did you watch the actual video from All Japan? Because it's very weird. Is it respectfully?
I did not.
the president of All Japan, and he's banging a pot on his head with some very much younger women around him. Yeah, it's very weird. I'm respectfully, as an American, I'm sure I'm ignorant, but still.
That's too funny. That's too funny. Why does he have a pan on his head?
And the end of it is he gets the biggest pan to bang on his head. It's very, like I said, it's very weird, but it's very interesting to see a All Japan connection to WWE. I would have thought it would have been Noah first there with Triple H, just because he would have been asking if he wanted to merge, and they would have mistaken no for Noah. So.
Right, but no, I like it. I like it, and I think Triple H has been very clear about wanting to be, growing that global product, and I think this is a good step, a good exposure, and I think it's slowly but surely you're shaking the old feelings of WWE just being this kind of monopoly that didn't really care what product was like because nobody had anything else to watch. This is being treated like it's competing with the rest. They want more time, more space, more money, and they're racking it in right now.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But getting back to the chat, Vance, what up? Saying T's and P's to the Bengals. Yeah, they helped me out with the Bills getting into the playoffs here. Chris, what up? Eric saying Merry Christmas. We got Ronnie talking about the Bruins. Alexis was bringing up how the Forbidden Door has been open again, partnership with WWE and All Japan, like we were just talking about. Greg, what up? Hey, Pro Wrestling Podcast. Merry Christmas, guys.
What up?
Appreciate you. Merry Christmas. This man's, I think, half the time with our group chat, like our news source, and I would just share stories back and forth.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you haven't checked out Pro Wrestling Podcast, go do so, folks. Give them some love. But yeah, lots of our news coverage comes from there.
Yeah, he searches the Twitterverse, so we don't have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vance saying, I saw that video, Nick. It's very cringe. Yes, it is. I don't want to. I'm stupid, dumb American, but still, it was very awkward. C Money, what up? Damien saying, what do you think about CM Punk can't publicly say what happened in AEW because he would get in serious legal trouble?
Yeah, that whole the NDAs are infamous with Tony Khan, not just with this situation, but for those who don't know, a lot of people that have dealt with Tony Khan have signed NDAs, including Jim Cornette. For whatever reason, Tony doesn't want people to really know what's happening. I'm really hopeful that at some point, like Ace Steel's wife speaks up, or one of the witnesses that weren't tendered to this. It spread, it went around yesterday of like, it's for life. And I was like, it was one of those things of like, we know, like, yeah, and
for life. They're down with the channel. They're for life.
Right.
But yeah, if I've seen people say if there's ever a time to start a Kickstarter fund, a GoFundMe page, or whatever, we need to hear Ace Steel's wife recap of the situation, because I feel no matter what, it'll be very much still their side of it coming out. But we need to know. The dirt sheets need to know. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Sorry, I put on the video that you were speaking of.
Yeah.
Just wanted to see the reference. So a bonus watch along of what the fuck is this?
Watchception, folks. We're getting a watch along instead of a watch along instead of a watch along right now.
We're putting a hat on a hat.
No, we're on a hat on a hat on a hat. Well, I guess speaking of, this is going to be halfway a segue, but of EVPs with AEW and everything like that, and execs, do we want to talk about the recent, not releases, but wrapping up of tenures?
Yeah, very interesting that one of the Young Bucks, Matt, I believe, his wife is stepping away from her duties. I mean, when I first saw it, my honest thought, Nick, was that, okay, good. Now you can bring in somebody with the right credentials to maybe do this job better, was my first take on it, of like, this is probably a good thing. But is this a sign of more and more pullback from the EVPs?
Well, a little bit. It's very weird is the best way to address it, I think, because it's not also Raphael Morphy, I hope I pronounced that right, AWVP of live events and touring, is also set to finish up with the company according to SRS and Fightful.
Okay.
So it's not just I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. But it's very interesting that you're seeing now this kind of, especially around the holiday season, more people who have been with the company for a hot minute. And like you said, the wife of Matt Jackson is stepping away from AEW right now around the holiday season. Something seems fishy, weird about it.
Yeah, and I think for me, you and I have talked about this before, but it feels like it's been one thing after another. And I know Tony Khan gets on media scrums and, everything's great, everything's hunky dory, everything's wonderful. But a lot of the press that we're reading, not that this is a bad thing or catastrophic in any way, shape, or form, but it's a lot of like departures, a lot of injuries, a lot of things not going their way, heading to the end of this year. It's just a little unfortunate, I guess.
Well, so current news actually that just happened 11 minutes ago as we've been live here from Bonkers here, and I just had to fact check it of
Shibata.
So Shibata, the guy who's already had a Ring of Honor title, has been wrestling damn near weekly on Ring of Honor television and everything like that, has been prominently featured on AEW, is now officially All Elite. Like we didn't already probably figure that out.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to know that he wasn't All Elite prior to now. So being that that's pretty much the only place we really see him. Now, does announcing him as All Elite mean he'll have more of a presence on the Dynamite and Collision opposed to the Ring of Honor shows? Maybe. But at the end of the day, I mean, good for Shibata. Good signing. Again, does it really move the needle or help the company, in big picture? Maybe not.
Well, is it respectfully, theoretically news? Like, again, I know we didn't even know that he wasn't signed.
Tony doesn't know.
One of those of like, did we need this announcement?
Right. That's funny as hell. Shibata is officially Panera Bread.
I like it.
Tony doesn't know who's on his show.
That's the Christmas album coming 2024 from the Wrestling for Life Network.
Right? Let's go.
Wrestling for Life sings the hits.
Tony doesn't know. Tony doesn't
who's
know.
on his show. And now, folks, if you see that in a week's time or so on the drive-through or the experience or anything like that on anywhere else, you know where that came from.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, what happens? Does like Tony, like he's looking at his roster or he bumps into Shibata in the hallway and he's like, oh shit, you don't have a contract. Like what happens?
On my Christmas list.
Right? Like again, maybe it's just formalities because they have pre-existing contracts, even though they're working with Tony. I don't know. To me, it's not really news, but it surprises me with some of the talent of like, yeah, you were there. I didn't even know you were eligible for, free agency.
It's just the guy that stays around long enough that you think he lives there, and it's like he's not even paying rent. He's not on the lease, nothing.
You're the guy on the couch.
Right. Well,
I was your friend.
Day that Tony might double sign somebody of that person has 2 contracts from Tony Khan.
Like the Sheik would just keep collecting money from home.
Right. But Kenna saying, "Sup, KJ Nick, Merry Christmas." Our sugar honey iced tea is real, or sugar honey. Well, he said rare. Sugar honey iced tea is raw. Wrestling 2024, going to be nuts. Also, KJ Global Force Wrestling is back. Yes, it lives.
It never died. It never died in our hearts, right? It's always been a thing. The spirit lives on,
floating along like a sticker in the wind.
Right. So yeah, no, I mean, we'll see what that looks like in 2024. And right out of the gate, and I think we talked about this the other day of, you look at TNA, they're set up for Hard to Kill and a rebranding and a relaunch and all this excitement and all this news and all this buzz. You got the first 3 months of the year dedicated to WrestleMania season, and that's on fire right now. AEW is kind of the quiet one. Oh, Shibata's All Elite, like, ugh.
I'll say this then quickly, 2 things, because it's funny you were talking about we brought up the Global Force, because do you know why they're getting talked about and everything? Because they're a special presentation show for the 2 college football teams that are playing in a bowl game.
Oh, I didn't see that. No.
Yes, it's that they get to watch Global Force Wrestling live. With Scott Steiner still on the fucking poster, by the way.
Amazing.
But what were you? Oh, and it's interesting to me, and I don't know if you've seen it going around to where the MSG house show, to where it's gonna be Punk's first action under WWE, has done double the ticket sales of World's End.
Yeah, I posted it. I did. I couldn't help it. I love when I like the facts and figures just because you shouldn't be able to object to the facts and the figures. You can say whatever you want. You can be a diehard in any direction, but the numbers are the numbers at the end of the day. Like you can't buck that mathematics. So it
Right, right,
is a
right.
very interesting thing. We knew it was kind of going to happen. Rumor is that once Punk was announced for the show, tickets jumped huge as
Shocker.
expected. But again, you got this MSG house show, and they're putting up 5 digits. Like people are, stacking that building for that show. They can't wait to get there. And we talked about it last night, my friend. I mean, World's End. Is anybody really clicking on that right now?
What's the
Like,
build?
yeah. How do you feel about it? Like,
Well, I was going to say right now, I had Danielson just
shit.
come out to the ring. Captain Hemp Sparrow there out in the ring as they were pulling up the standings for the Blue League. So right now, it's pretty much a tight race outside of Garcia has no points.
Yeah, poor Garcia gets jobbed right to the floor. You couldn't get him to steal a roll up or a DQ or not 1 point, not
Thrust
one.
somebody out of a kick out, something.
Right? Not one. Now,
But, go ahead.
Tony did do better with the Blue League as far as 4 or 5 people are could make the final 2 spots based on the point standings. The other division wasn't as it didn't have as much.
It was front loaded. It was front loaded.
Very front loaded, right? The fact that Jay White squeezed in blew my mind.
Yeah, but I've got Claudio coming out right now, putting in the mouth guard, and I believe going by the standings, if I remember, like that's the thing. I got to pull for Eddie here. If Eddie Kingston isn't in the finals, we riot. Shout out the Happy Festivus sign in the crowd too, as well.
Right.
But I think Danielson has to lose here. Eddie has to win tonight, and I think there might be one other domino, or at least he's got to be in that contention.
I'm gonna verify it right now because I know I was looking at it earlier, and again, it's kind of like your Buffalo Bills. He needs to win and get some help.
Danielson has to lose because I've got it pulled up. I've got both leagues pulled up. So Danielson has to lose, and with Eddie's win over Andrade, that keeps him from getting the 12 points. So that would have 3 people at 9 points. So you'd have 2 triple threats. But then in Claudio,
if they end up with
9 points, you have fatal 4-way.
If they end up with 2 triple threat semifinals in this tournament, I'm going to be very disappointed in the person who booked it. Like, to me, that is, if you end up with 2 triple threats, that to me is chicken shit booking.
Theoretically, everyone in this tournament on the blue side outside of Daniel Garcia could be in the finals for the blue side.
Yes.
It all plays out right because Claudio has to beat Danielson. Brody
you get a fatal 4-way and win.
Eddie goes over Andrade. Everybody except for Garcia is at 9 points. Chaos has run amok.
Right.
No one knows anything.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's a triple threat for one league and a triple threat or anything like that in the second league, dude, to me, that's chicken shit booking. That's not being able to look at your talent and say, I need you. Moxley, it's going to be Jay White and Swerve in the final. Sorry, Mox, you can't be there. What do you mean? All right, triple threat. I was kidding. Ha ha ha. Merry Christmas.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm fearing for my life right now. I'm fearing for my life.
Yeah, so Claudio needs this win or he's eliminated, and Daniel will clinch with that win, right?
Yes. He clinches as being one of the final 2 because on Wednesday you get the triple threat and you get the final 2 out of the blue bracket to decide who faces each other at World's End.
Yeah.
But so let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking Claudio, whether you're taking Danielson, whether you're hoping for just everybody wins out and chaos ensues.
Dude, this is going to be the weirdest thing if like 4 people have 9 points. Like, what are we doing?
It reminds me, well, speaking of, because I do have the Chargers and Bills game kicking off, it reminds me of, there was a point, I want to say a season or 2 in the NFL to where the Chargers and Raiders were playing each other in the last game. And they got to a point where they could have tied. And they would have, if they would have tied, they both would have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Chargers head coach still tried to go for it and everything like that. They ended up losing by a field goal to the Raiders and missed the playoffs.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Ben. Thank you to the chat and KJ Nick. We appreciate it. Welcome. Derek the Devastator. Love it. Happy Saturday, everybody. I would love to see the Acclaim say Feliz Navidad in their Christmas rap. We all got
You
wishes.
don't have to worry about it because KJ just did. There we go.
There we go.
Your version of the Acclaim there. Sorry, I just wanted to. Tanahashi is the owner of New Japan. What? No,
Yes,
he's
he
not.
is.
He's not the owner.
Not the owner.
He's now just an executive. That's very aggressive to say
He's
that he's
the executive, though. He's the top of the food chain. So, he's the
guy.
Trip. He's the trips.
It's all about the game and how you
Right.
play it. Oh, big uppercut by Claudio in the corner onto Danielson.
Yo.
Well, we're going to have our airing of grievances tonight on this Festivus episode because we're getting Christian Cage will be here tonight. So we're going to very much get our airing of grievances.
Yeah, I was a little surprised after how last Wednesday ended. They didn't really dig into that storyline a lot on Wednesday. Like, I thought they'd give us a little bit more. It was just like the thing happened and then it went quiet for a couple episodes. Like, okay.
Remind me of the thing we're discussing.
Oh, just Shayna Wayne and their big match, right? And then it was like,
yeah.
It kind of, I don't know, like they didn't stay hot.
I don't give a rat's ass about it.
Both men bridging. There's a footage about, you'll see, the fight between the Elite and CM Punk from All Out. There's AEW footage. Where?
I was going to say, respectfully, Damien, you sent this to me too on Twitter, and I asked you, so show me the footage. Show me the footage.
Send us a link. Send us a clip. If you have footage, I've been dying to see this footage because in 2023, you told me a brawl broke out and nobody had taped it. I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, the guys that have a YouTube show to where they try and shoot and everything like that didn't have somebody with a fucking camera.
I just imagine Cutler taping it, thinking they were going to run into the dressing room and beat the shit out of Punk, and then when it didn't go their way, they were like, "Delete that
footage real quick."
Where's Matt Hardy when we need him?
Right. Tony. Well, speaking of Tony, he's saying, "Proof, please." Mm-hmm. Brother Fluff just got out of the Iron Claw. Fritz was a dick. Yeah.
I guess that's one takeaway from the film.
I mean, if that's your takeaway, I question the film, but sure.
Right.
Sophie said, "Merry Christmas."
Merry Christmas to you.
Right. Oh, Claudio just with the thumb of the eye there on Danielson in the corner.
Big dog. This one's funny. Continental Classic Blue League scoreboard looks like one of those Sudoku puzzles. And everybody ending up with 9.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. First was it? That's funny stuff. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Merry Christmas.
Why?
Oh, I love that part of that movie.
Jingle high.
So keep going. I want to clip that.
I was almost for half a second trying to remember Clark Griswold's fucking meltdown.
No good dog licking door.
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
That's the best part of it all. Oh God, I love that movie.
This is just in. New York Rangers scored it. It's 2-0 against the Sabres. Well, at least as long as one Buffalo team wins, fuck the Sabres. Respect.
Yeah, Nick will make that trade.
I'll be Thanos out here. A soul for a soul.
Yeah, 9 is my favorite number. I like it paired with a 6.
Number is 9. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just being funny.
Oh, that's literally what I just said.
We will hear from Chris Statlander. Yay. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, kick out.
Well, sorry.
Go.
No, go ahead.
That was it. I was just saying, I was just reading their predictions.
Oh, I was just going to say, and it's getting kind of halfway, I feel, swept under the rug that we're having the return of Thunder Rosa tonight, by the way.
I was very vocal about this Wednesday. I was very adamant about it still on Thursday when we talked. Friday, I was still feeling this vibe, but here's a former world champion, one of the most talented women you have on your roster. Experience wise, skill wise, this woman is one of your best. Is she coming back and chasing after Tony Storm? No. Is she coming back and getting involved with one of your big names? Nope. She is on Collision. And no offense to the lady she's matched up with, but again, it's a secondary storyline. It's not really thought of. We get flashes of it here and there. I think there's so much bigger that Thunder Rosa should and could be doing.
I agree with you, and we'll present a counterpoint at the same time. I agree with you that before Thunder Rosa went on the sidelines, she was one of the best female pro wrestlers doing it across any company, bar none.
Mm-hmm.
She was initially, when Collision was supposed to be, here's the island of misfit toys, here's Punk in the gang that can't work with people on Wednesday, because let's not forget, Thunder Rosa was kind of the original CM Punk. She was the female CM Punk, allegedly in the locker room. Mm-hmm. So for this being a Collision-based storyline, it works really well. I think they've pushed everybody in this match pretty well. I like that we're getting more Abaddon, and maybe Thunder Rosa's been out for a while. Maybe she needs a little bit of help, knock the rust off a little bit here. But it does feel criminally underrated of it's not being promoted that much. Like, it's not one of the prominent things you're talking about on Collision.
Yeah, it just kind of happened. Like, it was like, in all due respect to anybody, it was just like another wrestler showed back up. And I mean, this is a woman I think you need to celebrate. She never technically lost the title. So, I mean, yeah, I'm a little surprised. I really am.
Right. MD saying, who asked for Chris Statlander? Yeah, who asked for Chris Statlander under the tree?
Why is Chris Statlander not fighting Tony Storm at World's End instead of Ryu?
Yeah, well, and then I think we might be getting Abaddon involved a bit more. I think maybe we get Abaddon versus Julia Hart at World's End. I'm just also happy, by the way, we're getting Abaddon more than one day a year.
Yeah, we asked for it and we got it. So, I mean, that's awesome. I'll give Tony marks on that. We got her. And I don't mind her in this scenario, right? Like, you got Julia Hart, Sky Blue finally commits to being creepy, I guess. So this works well. I wouldn't have Thunder Rosa in this particular angle because I think she's above it. But at the end of the day, we're getting Abaddon involved in something. And I know there's mixed reviews out there about her, but she's excellent. She's a character. She's different. She's just not another, generic creator wrestler number 6. Come on down. Like,
I respectfully am a big fan of actually every woman in this match. I just wish the creative going into it was a bit more concise or a bit more fine polished, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Like, Julia Hart Sky Blue comes down to the ring, looks like she's going to confront Julia Hart weeks ago. She turns around and miss or ends up missing Julia Hart. So we're like, okay, the turn is over. She's made her decision. 2 weeks later, like we've seen before with other stories, she's like, I changed my mind. I like her. Let's go. I'm going to help her out now. Well, then why'd you miss her a couple? Like, what changed? Like, you didn't have any interactions that caused you to change your mind. You just, 1 week you felt one way and the next week you felt a different way.
And that is a very valid point that you bring up, as I'm in picture on Collision right now, by the way. Yeah. But you never got even that little bit of a backstage interaction that maybe swifted the story a different way or anything like that.
Nope.
5 seconds of airtime. I'm sure you don't run out of time too often, Tony Khan. But yeah, it's one of those of, so if you're supposed to be friends with her, why'd you turn on her like a week or so ago? Like, just to fake us out?
But again, yeah, I mean, again, when I hear criticism sometimes from other podcasters of like, they didn't explain something.
Ooh. Sorry.
What are you getting?
I was just Buffalo game.
Oh, Buffalo game. Sorry.
Apologize.
But yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I think like anything else, there's got to be a continuity to the storyline. And if you don't have, one of the biggest criticisms is explain, why did this happen? So if she wasn't on board with the turn, then explain why she changed her mind. Explain how we got here. But do it in storytelling. That to me would work. But here we are, and I do, like you said, I like all 4 women. I don't love the build to it. I don't mind it. And I just would, substitute Thunder Rosa with someone else and life's good.
See, I don't even fully mind that, but 100%, it needs to be a bit more fine-tuned. And it's like what WWE right now, even every storyline at least has a little bit of something going on backstage, has something going on the show at 5 seconds of airtime, and it carries something over into the next week or anything like that. It's a little bit harder, obviously, with AEW because you've got 57,000 people on your roster. Like we said, Tony doesn't know who's on his show, but at the same time, you really only focus on like 10 people.
Yeah, and it's not. It's very small window. Are Claudio and Brian still wrestling? Yes. Welcome. Welcome. But yeah, they are right now. Claudio's in control as he jacks Brian up in the air. But yeah, the match is still going back and forth. The 2 men actually sat down at one point and took a break. So,
I just got a big back body slam off the top rope there, so I'm assuming I'm behind you.
Yeah, I'm getting a label lock, so you'll get.
Let me know. I'll let you know when I get there.
I can't.
Okay.
I'm
so
fine. Yeah.
I'll let you know what happened after the fact.
Right. Hey, KJ and Nick, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and Happy New Year. I love it.
I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your no good lion keister off my property. 1, 2, 10.
I like the get down on your knees and tell me you love me. We love you.
Whoa.
That one's better. Abaddon kind reminds me of Luna Vachon. Yeah, definitely Luna vibes. Luna to the max.
Now I got the label lock, but Jameson, KJ should have been Santa for Christmas.
I laughed.
KJ Claus.
Yeah. What do you think I do on the side hustle, guys?
I was gonna say that's why he's out there in the Great White North there up in Canada there.
Yeah, I play Santa Claus at the local strip club.
Whoa. Accusations.
Right. I charge per song. Die Hard is a classic Christmas movie. Thank you, Alexis. I love it.
Well, actually, I think you were just put it out on the channel, I assume, because you sent it to us, that our little breakdown of our top 3 Christmas movies is up on the channel as well from last night. So go and check that out. Let us know what are your top 3 Christmas movies.
Yeah, fill that comment section, folks.
Right. Derek saying, also, let's not forget that Thunder Rosa never lost the AEW Women's Championship. She also had to forfeit because of her injury. So she comes out like the red sack, like CM Punk, like Santa Claus. I've got the real AEW Women's Championship.
Right. I mean, then that's what I struggle with. I mean, you see Brian come back, and Brian's not, Brian's in the Continental Classic against some of the biggest names in the company. You didn't go the other way with it. Punk came back. He was in, carrying around the red case, taking on top talent. And then Thunder Rosa comes back and she's in the mid to low card in this company. That doesn't sit well with me.
Fair enough. Sorry, I got distracted by some of the comments here of Adam saying, I got to ask what Christmas movie you watch, KJ and Nick, Home Alone or Friday After Next? They call her Lollipop.
Right.
Both? Both. I'm a boy, Damon.
Yeah, they're on the Christmas checklist every year.
100%. Claudio's Jingle Bells just got rung. Pause.
Yes. Facts.
Fair enough. Breaking news, KJ is Santa in real life. Sorry for breaking it.
It's true. I'm up in the north.
I was going to say, name Chris Kringle. Name Santa Claus. Name Popo. Didn't make it in to hear your thoughts on Final Battle. What did you guys think in a nutshell? Well, you can always go back and rewatch that, but neutralizer. Sorry. 1, 2 go.
Oh, good match, folks.
If you had to sum up Final Battle in one sentence.
Good, but way too fucking long. High spots were decent.
Yeah, fuck. I'm like, how can I sum this up fast?
The one sentence part was the trick.
Well, that was just me putting a caveat on it. But yeah, it was far too long. I think reordering of the matches, because now I got to go back and look at the card. But I know there was very much a point that after that, the air was let out of the room.
Oh,
yeah, it was because Starks and Athena followed the FTR Briscoe match and everything.
Mm-hmm. There's 2 matches after that one, and to me that was a bad move. And again, I don't think a Ring of Honor the way you have it promoted right now, and this isn't a knock on Ring of Honor in any way, shape, or form. Take that aside. I just feel like if they did a 10-match pay-per-view, dude, look at NXT. We get 6-7 matches on one of their pay-per-views, 2.5, maybe 3 hours, in and out, easy peasy, and nothing but quality. And I think Tony needs to learn this with all of his pay-per-views, quality over quantity. We as fans will take 9 really good matches opposed to 15 50-50 split.
Facts. Speaking of 50-50 split, folks, I will remind everybody that we're about to go on a little staycation here, so this is probably going to be more 50-50 Christmas party conversation versus calling the action. I feel
we got a sharpshooter. This match is great though.
You popped MD here though with he charges by the song.
You got it. You there you
go. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all, by the way. Absolutely. I still hold true with Festivus for the rest of us.
Right. 10 set. That's what they're going to do?
They're going to do a draw. It's going to be a draw, so he gets a point. So no matter what, if he gets a point, he's theoretically in unless...
Yeah, Claudio's out. Claudio's
out. Danielson would be in.
But you see that?
Andrade wins or draws.
It was a good match, man. It was a good match.
But it's still a little weird they're in the same faction. Like they're supposed to be friends, but they're gonna just beat the piss out of each other. Like if you show up and you've got a patch over your eye, am I gonna sit there and just thumb you in the eye and everything like that? Like
yeah. Sorry, and the announcer. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
The Grinch is the Grinch with an urn, I think, is live in the crowd. So Daniel Bryan will clinch with a draw.
Time limit draw. See, I thought it was not gonna end that way.
1 point each. So Bryan moves to 10. Nobody, So
Claudio's at 7.
7, yeah. So now Brody King can get in still. Andre can still clinch a spot as well with a win.
No, Brody can't get in now.
He can.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. So he can get in the same way Eddie can get in. So those two can both get in if they win. And as long as Andrade loses, theoretically, Eddie's in.
Andrade has to lose to Eddie, and then Brody's going to be at Brody and Eddie will both have 9 points, though. That'll be the interesting.
But that'll be a triple threat. Triple threat.
If you do 2 triple threats,
I'm telling you though, I don't care about. You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at right now. As long as my man Eddie Kingston gets in right now,
that's shit. All I need. That is shit. You set up a fucking round robin, and you don't have the balls to come up with a legit semifinal. You're going to do 2 triple threats.
I'll still take it because this man, he's the one that has the most to lose. He's got both titles up for grabs here. He needs to be in this finals. I thought this man was going to be written off right fucking out of the gate.
No marbles. No marbles.
You have no marbles.
That is bullshit booking, my guy. I don't mind. Okay, fine. So one division, you have a legit semifinal, 1-on-1. The second division, now I'm mad. Like I'm kind of already making fun of it, but it hasn't happened. It might not happen. But both men will end up with 9 points if Eddie and Brody win. Now, if Brody loses Daniel Garcia, I'm going to have a bigger issue than him not getting in.
Well, I was going to say, but then we get a final between Danielson and Eddie.
Yeah,
as long as if Eddie's match is winning, you're in. That's all he has to do is winning, you're in.
Yeah,
And
like
actually,
that.
no, it would be a fatal four-way because Andrade would still be at the 9 too.
Yeah, Andrade's sitting at 9 right now as
So
well.
it'd be
Like
a fatal four-way, not even a triple threat.
You do a fucking multi-week round robin and let 7 people advance to the semifinals and wonder why people are like, we don't get it.
Definition of passive booking. That is, well, Eddie will kick my ass if I tell him no. Moxley will kick my ass if I tell him no.
Yeah. And listen, Jay White beating Moxley on Wednesday out of left field, just bang, it was over. And I mean, I was shocked that, it's not like Moxley took a beating, but he gave the loss. I mean, we get this triple threat. I was really surprised with that, but I think I know what they're gonna do.
Right.
We'll see.
Mick, you already clicked on that. I like your Christmas outfit. I like easy bake sand pimping through the snow. Kulo, I read your comment. You can have that. People are going to be mad at that. I thought Fred Claus was good, Nick. No.
I thought Fred Claus was good. Yeah, Fred Claus, all right. It's all right. The soundtrack's good, actually. Luda Christmas. Go check that one out.
EQ out here asking, does Harold and Kumar go to White Castle count as an Xmas movie?
No, I don't think so.
How?
I didn't even know there was a Christmas out. Was it winter at the time?
I was gonna say, how does it match any sort of criteria here?
It might have been Christmas time, but no, I don't count that one.
Right.
But I do count Die Hard. I'm holding strong.
100%. Die Hard is 100% a Christmas movie, factually. But MD, so now we have people letting us know, put that cookie down. Letting us know their top 3 Christmas lists. Go do it on the video. Go
do it on the video.
Comment there.
We want interaction. Algorithm. Massage it with us. Help the brothers.
Give the gift of giving. Give a comment on that video.
This is my favorite right here. The convoluted classic.
They'll bet.
Honestly, now we don't know how it's going to turn out yet. But if it is a triple threat in one and a fatal 4-way in other, like I will happily, email me, explaining that I think Tony is a fucking chicken shit booker. Happily have it land on his lap and him hear it, because that is terrible that you build this big tournament up and the whole point of the tournament is to get in the top 2 spots and you don't get in the top 2 spots. So top 4 made it in one and top 3 make it another. To me, you're watering down your own tournament, your first attempt at it.
Half the tournament makes the finals in your first time doing a tournament. We said we were going to have the airing of grievances, and Gage is taking that fully to heart right now with one Mr. Tony Khan.
Yeah, I get any more eggnog in me. Fuck, you're definitely going to hear
we got a time limit draw, an actual tie. Oh my God, BCC beats the Sugar Honey Iced Tea out of each other. Part of their gimmick. It doesn't mean it's the good part.
If it is part of their stick, though, we bleed together.
See, money's right there with you. Draws like kissing your sister or kissing your cousin, as Mama Cornette used to say.
Right. Oh, we got a title match up next. Top Flight and taking on the champions for the belt, Nick.
Fair enough. 6-person tag match right now as I've got Charges up 3-0. Yay. I'm still commercial on Collision, so
I kind of got to cheer for the Chargers.
Why?
Well,
just to ruin my Christmas. I see how this is.
I don't want to.
You don't want to have me feel that holiday spirit. I see.
I want to go to the chip. Sorry, bro. Our league actually had legit semifinals. Hey, Tony, take note.
Yeah, right. We booked a fantasy football tournament by happenstance, way better than the Continental Constipated Convoluted Classic.
Oh, it's too funny. Oh, we got a wrap.
So I've got Top Flight and Action Andretti coming out right now. I still remember my fucking name for this faction. Failure to launch.
100%. We hadn't seen them in a long while due to injuries.
They've all been fucking beaten up and broken legged and everything else. Top flight, Craig. Top flight security in the world. Actually, fun fact, when I worked for Target, and was on asset protection and everything, and especially around like Black Friday, and we had to wear the nice little security jackets and everything. I literally would go to people and be like, I'm top flight security in the world, Craig.
Let's see if that works.
Bad Santa's
I got the graphic for the Trios belt. What do you got?
Who's your what now?
I'm not sure if I stopped up or if it works.
I have Caster cutting his wrap right now that I'm missing.
Right ahead of you.
You're fine.
Thank you.
You're fine.
It's the hat. It's the hat.
Oh, right.
The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn for the win. The fans turned on the Acclaimed. I wouldn't go that far. But
I think your brain has turned on your typing skills, sir. Because your eyeballs have turned on your brain.
Eyes
because what you see before you is not what your brain is comprehending.
Right? Shit. Listen. Yo, listen.
Listen, and I can't do nothing.
Adam, shout out, buddy. Yeah, no, I appreciate that one. Ernest Saves Christmas. I love the Ernest. As a kid, I loved the fucking Ernest movies.
Ernest was just doing everything. Ernest saves this. Ernest does this. Ernest goes to Hollywood. Man. Ernest was out there.
Ernest Scared Spooky or whatever. Ernest Goes to Jail was a good one. Ernest P. Worrell. Bad Santa's great.
We both clicked on the same thing. David saying, hi, I'm new here. Shout out. Appreciate you.
Good to see you, David. Welcome. I
was going to say, we're tiptoeing by the window here on doing the reverse date here. I know it's the 23rd, but we're almost right there at 3.2K subscribers. So 100%.
Right on the doorstep in quick time, too.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yep.
So I've got Caster and Dante going at it right now.
Absolutely. And we will take a prediction on this match, folks. Who do you got? The champions retaining or Top Flight? I mean, part of me is like, fuck, Top Flight might win this.
Has to be the Acclaimed. Has to. You're going to send everybody off with their hollies and their jollies and just sizzling the baddies. And yeah.
But the diehards love Top Flight, you know?
But we still got to move them $500 authentic replica trios belts.
I want to know how many have sold.
2.
I want to know how many, I want to know how many scissor belts have been sold.
I like how there's literally people in the crowd that have signs for what the pinfall is. If it's a 1 count, a 2 count, they have the number signs that they'll pop up to let everybody know what the count was. As we've got Clydesdale Aubrey here as the referee. If you're going to do it, do it. Ernest Scared Stupid is to go. Why do I feel like that goes hand in hand with Ernest Scared Straight? Did you see Ernest in a prison?
Ernest Scared Straight.
All I'm thinking of is Tom Segura with bikes.
Ernest goes to camp. Ernest goes to jail. Ernest did it all.
Ernest just be out here doing everything.
Right.
It's like seems a little bit like the C-Spot run of movies. A little bit.
Ew.
No, you're fine. I just see the comment right below that I laughed at MD, but I'm not going to click on it because algorithms.
Yeah, MDB. That's a different Ernest movie.
that's a spin-off Ernest movie.
Ernest Gets Curious.
Well, that's when it turns into Curious George.
Pause. Scrooge is one of my faves. I honestly, one of the best Christmas movies is Scrooged. I remember seeing it when I was a kid, and it killed me. It made me laugh. Bill Murray's one of the goats.
Oh, 100%. But still, I know we've quoted it even tonight, the underrated GOAT, because we all watched it in school when it was around this time, and your teacher brings in the fucking fatback TV on the rolling stand and everything. is when you watch Tim Allen in Santa Claus. And like we said,
Right.
you know, name Kris Kringle, name Santa Claus, name Popo Gijo. We still quote this movie like muscle memory.
Yeah. Ernest is the nerdy white guy Mendia.
Ernest
Yeah,
was the
he
first was Caucasian Tyler Bate.
right.
Tyler Perry, sorry.
Perry. I was
Tyler
like, wait,
Bate's
this is
already
wrestler.
Caucasian.
Ernest goes WrestleMania, also known as the Ellsworth documentary.
You're gonna get me back in trouble with Cole Radrick with that now.
Right.
Corey saying, so the Acclaimed is wrestling Top Flight and not going after the devil and his henchmen for throwing Bowens through a glass door or window.
No,
Facts.
apparently they're okay with it. Apparently, no, we don't care who it is. We don't. No, we're good. No, not even
It
a
was
photo.
real glass, so it scared them.
Yeah, they're good. They don't really give a shit about who the fuck beat him up and threw him through a window. No big deal.
Right? Oh, fuck me. We got a fucking Fumbarooski. Home Alone is 100% a staple when it comes to holidays.
No, I mean it has to be. Like I said, I watched 1 and 2 this week, so those 2 movies are great.
Ernest was Urkel for us in film.
Back, I accept that.
That's a wee bit.
Oh, Ernest takes a pause.
Yeah, Ernest can take a pause there. As I've got commercial break right now on Collision, and we just had Fumbarooski here on the Bills game as Buffalo's down 3-0. So 100% I will remind everybody it is the season of giving. So the best gift you can give somebody, especially when you're at your holiday gatherings, your Festivus is for the rest of us is your obligated holiday parties at work and everything like that. The best thing you can do is give somebody the gift of wrestling. But if you have not done so, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, because even still, we might be on a little staycation here for the next day or so here because of the holidays. But 100%, you're still going to see us and you still never know when we might show up. Sometimes you get that itch, folks, but absolutely be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. As I am back from commercial break on Collision, and when did the Chargers actually decide to play football here? How about a bumper Sam? What the hell are you talking about? Bobby, what up? Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. No. What's the one that just came out not too long ago with the guy who plays the dad in Black Widow and also is the dad in Stranger Things? That one was actually pretty solid. Then again, you've got Goldberg when he plays evil Santa. Yeah, how many people out there watch like Krampus is a staple for your holiday watching? Pretty much the one prominent Christmas horror movie, as Bowen's right now just getting worked over by the Martin brothers here. Pause. Heather, what up? Saying happy holidays. Violent Night. There we go. Thank you. That one was actually really pretty solid, respectfully. Krampus, yes. Have we not heard about how many people have not heard about Krampus? My team put 63 on the Chargers, and I've been talking trash ever since. Yeah, well, they also had a man who was blind, deaf, and dumb as their fucking head coach. So I'm waiting to see. And granted, now that's the same team that was just coming off of scoring only losing to a team that only scored 3 points in a game. Oh, Billy Gunn right now in control of everybody. Who's your pick in this match? My pick is obviously the Acclaim. I still think you send the people home happy. Top Flight just got back together. You've got to really still get the Acclaim going if you're going to go with this, because the trios division has gone cold out here. like realistically, outside of maybe the House of Black, maybe another trio. Oh, double drop kick, and that was terrible. That was horrible. Nobody really sold it right. Everybody was delayed. Bowens just looked like an idiot. Eats a super kick. Billy tries to get dumped on the outside. Still holding on. Now gets dumped out. Oh, Top Flight's going to win this, I feel, at this point right now. The way it's looking up as the both Martin brothers go flying on the outside. The knee pad robbers here. Mike Roche, what up? I've never heard of a knee pad bandit, but you can have that. And Troll misses the... Oh, are we going to end this on a roll-up? 3. So we end this on a roll-up. Okay, so we do that. So Top Flight, nobody really looks weak here, but also nobody looks really strong in this match. So again, like I was saying, the trios division is stagnant. Because it looked like we were setting up for the surprise upset win of Top Flight. And now we're just going to probably get a all hug it out sign of respect as we end that on a roll up from Caster onto Andretti. And still, your Pepto-Bismol Barbie 3-per champions. He was only saying that because I'm the knee pad police. Well, whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Are the belts on the line? Yes, they are. Yes, they were, I should say. Rangers 2, Sabres 2, game tied up. Well, send some of that scoring, I guess, the Bills' way here because we freaking need it. I am so sick of all this sportsmanship in wrestling. Yeah, well, when you constantly have to book, babyface versus babyface because you haven't built up any prominent heels or anything like that, that's when it gets interesting. Oh, as we've got Hook now, actually. He can talk. He can talk. He can talk. He can talk. I can sing. So Hook challenging for a match in New York for the FTW Championship. I really liked that, but that looked so out of place. Like, individually, that was great. That'll be great to get clipped out and put on, like, Twitter and everything like that. But it just was so juxtaposition here. As now I'm getting Brian Cage coming out. So we're getting the battle of the big beefy boys slapping meat paws as we're getting the Swolverine here. Brian Cage taking on Keith Lee. So let me know who you're taking for that match as Hook added to World's End. Well, they've got to add something. They only got like 4 matches now. Is this episode of Collision sponsored by Woo Wings? It is sponsored by Woo Wings, Woo Coin, Woo Energy, and Ric Flair Drip. 100%. It's the house that Khan built, but I guess Ric Flair is paying for. TK is building Wheeler Yuta versus Hook for the FTW World Championship. There you go. I assume that's going to be, because World's End's in New York, so 100%. They're just now starting to add to World's End, just about a week before it happens. As Keith Lee coming out here with, we already have the Pepto-Bismol championships. Now we're getting the Pepto-Bismol Santa Claus hat here. The Pink Panther who pontificates quite precariously. Fraser Crane in a Santa Claus hat coming out right now. I'm going with the Machine, Brian Cage. There you go. I'll take Keith Lee. Keith Lee for the win. Vance agreeing with me, Keith Lee. That's right, fool. Now I'm flying talking donkey. Nick Aldis looked like the ghost of future SmackDown. Keith Lee out here looking like the ghost of upset stomach. Oh, all right. JV, you get a star because I really like that. 100%. He's the ghost of wrestling past, of WWE past. The ghost of upset stomach. Respectfully. Who else believes Roderick Strong and the Kingdom are the devil and the henchman? I think they're the henchmen. I don't think any one of them is solely the devil. I think it's honestly we're going to end up probably having it be MJF. And I know Adam Cole's the proposed theory. He might still be legit hurt. And if it's not one of those two, respectfully, who else is it that's not going to feel awkward? Like, is it Jungle Boy? Is it Wardlow? Even if it's Roddy, it feels a little So they've really got to change, like, handle this with kid gloves. They've really got to fucking pull a rabbit out of their ass here to make this work because it's already got every bit of momentum going against it. Keith Lee was just about to pretty much damn near swing Brian Cage here. Tilt-a-whirl Hurricane Rana there. As right now, Chargers up 10-0 on the Bills, 13-42 in the second quarter. Keith Lee for the win. So is Max Caster not trying to help MJF anymore? Are we supposed to forget that part also? There's a lot of things with this. You gotta forget respectfully. You gotta not pay attention, to continuity, I feel. Because I respectfully don't think that who they had initially under the Devil's Mask, that was very obviously slender and thin, has obviously been the same person we've had under the Devil's Mask. I think we've had multiple people on there to do nothing but cause distraction and theories, because I think they doubt, like deep down, they don't even know who they're going to end up doing it with. It's TK. Brian Cage out here looking like Road Warriors M&Ms. Well, he just did a tornado DDT on the Keith Lee. As we are in picture-in-picture right now, Brian Cage and Solo Sikoa are the only people rocking mohawks in 2023. Facts. That used to be how you knew someone was a pro wrestler. They had that funky-ass, weird-ass haircut. Because you got to still wear that shit in public. Like, you can't just magically grow hair back when you go outside the ring. Raheem, shout out my guy. Think your new name. Appreciate you, my guy. Should be a good match that can go either way. Absolutely. Speaking of going either way.
Pause.
Oh, well, like I said, speaking of going either way, you showed up and then you went away.
Nope, sorry. Technical difficulty.
Big men doing hurricane runners. Yes. Big beefy boys slapping meat. Pause.
What is happening to the Bills?
Don't you put that evil on me. Don't. I haven't had any of this sound, so I've just been watching the show. So I've just seen it silently.
I was watching the Leafs, and then I clicked over during intermission to see what was going on in Buffalo. Where are they? Are they in Buffalo tonight?
No, they are in SoFi.
Oh,
they are in LA. We're going back to Cali.
Apparently they don't want to be in Cali. There you go. Jack Perry is the double. I don't know. I know you were talking about this when I popped up, but
he is the devil.
It'd be
if
crazy.
He's not physically, he is metaphorically.
Right. If I know people, I don't know what they're gonna do with this anymore. Like, I really don't. Like, I know people are poking holes in it. Like, what happened to Max Caster? Why are the Acclaim not showing up on Dynamite demanding to know who it is? Why is the other guys getting involved? Who could be the double that's going to pay off and work out? I don't know.
Fair enough. Ziggler. This makes me laugh. Like Demon Deva would say, "Big mighty man slapping meat." That's I guess lost in translation. That. Well, no, it's technically Big E who said it initially.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm not gonna take credit for that man saying big beefy boy slapping meat. You might. I still remember when the New Day had a podcast. He's losing his mind of, you guys might have liked your work rate. I wanted my Goldberg, my big beefy boys slapping meat.
Right. Shane McMahon is the devil, and he brings new Raw Underground to AEW. Shane McMahon would work if you could pull it out. But Shane McMahon would be funny.
That's secretly one of the best ways you could do this. Secret time, that would be amazing.
Right. What you got?
I mean, 100%.
I still want it to be Tony, honestly.
It was me, I'm Jeff. It was me, Max. It was me all along versus the name on the contract does say McMahon.
Right. As this match rolls along, Keith Lee is going for the pin. Oh, why we wait for commercial word of advice? Don't watch Yule Log on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Yule Log is boring as hell. Okay. I wasn't going to, but thank you.
It's long, it's big, it's heavy, it's round. It's long, it's big, it's heavy, it's what?
It's pause.
Oh, right, yeah.
Pause.
I'm about to. As soon as I find the thing.
Get the button. There you go. All right, Nick's taking a pause for the cause. I got Brian Keith in control of Keith Lee. Brian Keith. Wow. Brian Cage in control of Keith Lee. As we roll on, we got a little bit of football in the background. We got a little bit of hockey in the background. And we are still watching AEW Collision as well. A pretty good match between the two big men. McMahon is the devil. Do it. I say do it. Yeah, no, I mean, Jack Perry being the devil, I mean, would the internet go nuts? Yeah, probably. In a good way? I don't know. Like, is it, to me, when you build this up, the reveal's got to be like an, oh my God. And Jack Perry, to me, if he gets revealed, would be more like, oh my God. I'm convinced it has something to do with Danielson and the BCC. That'd be out of left field. Oh, they're going for a superplex. There it is. Oh, both big men down. We're in a holy shit chant here on Collision, folks. Is Jack still suspended? Rumor is his suspension had come to an end, and they're just trying to figure out how to work him back in. That's a tough spot. As Keith Lee kicks out. This match could have been an email. I like it. Jack Perry's not suspended anymore. He could be the devil. I think he is. I think it would blow my mind because realistically, if Punk was still in the company and Jack Perry was the devil, maybe that makes sense. But Jack Perry going after MJF, that doesn't excite me. If that's building to what? Some type of Jack Perry MJF feud? Man, that's a tough one. Yes, he does the 619. It's one of his things. Dun, dun, dun. If MJF loses, does that mean he is WWE bound? I know it doesn't necessarily mean that, but I know the chances increase. A lot of people are going to speculate huge. Like, it's going to cause a lot of buzz. I'm still kind of picking Joe for this. I know it's a bit of a dark horse pick, maybe not. I know my buddy Big Nick does not want to see the Scarf take the loss, but even if MJF's staying, I wonder if somehow the double and all the other shit going on adds up to MJF losing this belt. Double hand slap up on the shoulders. Oh. And it's over. Keith Lee with the win. I think he was the odds-on favorite here. Brian Cage doesn't win too often. What are your thoughts on Hook versus Yuta for the FTW World Championship at World's End? KJ and Nick. I don't mind you doing something with Yuta and Hook. I don't mind it. To me, it would be beautiful if it was Ring of Honor. And I don't necessarily believe that there's been enough here. I don't really believe it's a pay-per-view match. But now, like we said, we're 1 week away from World's End. There wasn't a lot of matches announced. And this is Tony's MO lately, is they just, oh, now we're going to do this. And oh, we're going to have this match. To me, if this fills up with a lot of Hook versus Yuta, a lot of matches that don't necessarily, light the fire amongst the fan base, World's End could be a very underachieving pay-per-view. Okay. Oh, out of nowhere, Keith Lee cuts a promo on Swerve. Out of nowhere, Keith Lee remembered he has issues with Swerve Strickland. He's got a cinder block and he lets him know, I'm going to take your house down brick by brick. I'm a little surprised because that storyline died and just went away. This is the last AEW Collision of the year. Yes, it is, Eric Tate. As I got Tony Storm with Mariah and Luther. Dolph Ziggler's that's a good one. One to be the double. That's a good one to be the double. Raheem, yeah, they could be Dolph. I mean, part of me thought maybe it might be Mustafa, but Mustafa looks like he has other things in mind. I don't necessarily. Whoa, what a catch! What a catch! Oh, son of a bitch! There you go, touchdown, Buffalo. If you listen real carefully, you can hear Nick cheering. Jack is still a heel before he was suspended. He was, but to me, it's not compelling. If you bring that along and Jack Perry, again, the payoff is the double versus MJF. That's your payoff. That's what you're hoping for. The double gets revealed and there's some type of, so if it's MJF, what is the purpose and what confrontation comes from it? You know, does he wrestle Adam Cole when he comes back because, you know, being the double? I don't know. I really don't know. So if it's Jack Perry, the payoff is Jack Perry versus MJF. I don't love it. Does Nick have Davis dressed or on? Jake Allen. So get the points for that. Oh, Nick. Fantasy football. My buddy Nick picked up Davis and whoopsies on the bench. Jack Perry and Anna Jay would be a some heel couple. I get what you're saying, Tomas. I really do, and I agree. Like if when Jack Perry made his heel turn, instead of Anna Jay fucking around with the Jericho Society that no longer had Jericho, they were just the society, I suppose. She should have moved on. She should have been at his side. So when he's being arrogant and talking shit and talking about his, you know, I got the best looking girlfriend around here, then she's right there. She can help him cheat to win. She can be a pain in the ass. I think it would have worked really well if they were partnered up. Again, did you miss the boat on that? We haven't seen Anna Jay in a hot minute. So I don't know. Very interesting. But I don't know what you do with Jack Perry because I wonder how much of the fan base is excited about Jack Perry. And you guys can let me know if you are. But even if he's not the double, I'm not overly excited about Jack Perry returning. The one person that no one has mentioned as being the double is Christian Cage. I could go for Christian Cage versus MJF. Corey, you're not wrong. I'd take that matchup, especially with Christian working as such a good heel. It just wouldn't work, right? Like in my mind right now, Christian's been tied up with Nick Wayne's mom, Edge. I still think this leads to like Nick Wayne's mom getting beat up by Beth Phoenix at some point. But that's what I see. So if it is someone like Christian, people have talked about the BCC. To me, you didn't lay the groundwork for that reveal. Now, some of the groundwork's there for it to be MJF, Adam Cole, Roddy, maybe Joe, maybe. I don't think it's Joe though. But you've laid the groundwork for certain people to be suspects and therefore could be the double. Other people, you haven't laid that groundwork. Like, what would be? It would be out of left field if it was Christian Cage. It would be out of left field if it was someone like Bryan Danielson or Moxley. The biggest one out of left field that I think you could kind of work, but I don't love, if it ends up being a former WWE talent, which I don't love. Imagine Danielson and Mox in the finals. It's highly possible. Now, I think they set up the triple threat because Mox is not going to the finals, but this is a way for Mox not to not truly go under, right? Yeah, he lost to Jay White, but it was kind of, you know, a hit it and stick it moment, pause. But wait a minute. Here comes Shayna. Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. Why is she on my TV? I don't care about Nick Wayne's mom. I think the devil is AEW All Elite wrestler, is ex-WWE wrestler. I think you're saying you think it's a WWE wrestler. Yeah, a lot of people have rumored that, right? Oh, Shayna's got a mic. Shayna, wow. Shayna Wayne will officially have more promo time than Britt Baker in 2023 in AEW. You boo a mother. Yep. What is this? What is this? Okay, I'm going to start calling this guy copycat. Brian Cage, first 619, then the F5. Here, Brian Cage is a big guy that doesn't necessarily work like a big guy, and I think that's always been my issue with him. Is if you've seen one Brian Cage match, you've seen a lot of Brian Cage matches. It's always like he's trying to get his shit in every match. And I think there's opportunity for him to be a big badass, but he really loves doing 619s and flips. And that's great. Throw one in once in a while and everybody goes, wow. But be the big, mean enforcer that you look, and it plays better for me. This devil is taller than Jack Perry. Come on, folks. He's not the devil. Yeah, I don't think Jack Perry is the devil. I think he would be awful for business if he was. It's the cinder block. Yep. Long shot odds. Joe beating MJF. I take that bet. KJ Vance. I'm just, yeah. I got this hunch where maybe it could happen. Maybe. I mean, you want to shock the world and create some buzz. Not to say MJF can't get that belt back, but Joe winning it, to me, sends a little more of a shockwave. Let's talk about the Brood showing up in AEW. Well, I mean, we had Gangrel on a previous show. He came out with the against the Hardys with the Bucks. Thanks, Karen. I was getting the cinder block for Christmas. Apparently, Swerve Strickland. Yeah, what a way to derail. Like, I don't want Swerve to circle back. Like, I don't want Swerve to, no offense to Keith Lee, but I want Swerve to keep climbing the ladder. I'd like him to win this tournament and get a shot at the champion or push towards a champion and being, to me, you're circling almost a year back to deal with Keith Lee, which that storyline got put to bed. And if anyone, well, it's long-term storytelling, KJ. They had a right. No, long-term storytelling involves telling of a story. Just having something end and then pick it back up later isn't storytelling. It's literally just doing. And unfortunately, to me, that's a regression. It really is. If they sign Ziggler, Ziggler could be the double. Yes, I agree with that. I've thrown that out there. Tony being a bit of a mark in that direction, I could see that possibly being someone like Ziggler. Maybe it's Ziggler and his brother and a couple other people. Maybe. Ziggler, his brother, Jack Perry. Like, Jack Perry's not the devil, but he's one of the henchmen. Nobody wants to see Keith Lee versus Swerve again. I'm with you. Wow, chat. Keep it coming. Keep it coming, folks. Hope everyone's doing well. Nick will be back in a moment. Christian's doing his thing. The Bills are fighting back as they get a touchdown and a big, it looked like a big loss of yards for the Chargers. Boy, did I time my pause. No doubt. I can imagine Beth Phoenix going after Nick Wayne's mom. I got that feeling, Christian. I'm with you. I don't love it, but I'm with you. I think Dolph Ziggler is a big signing by Scott. I think that's a possibility. I know our buddy Anthony thinks it's Sasha. I could see it being Dolph. How many pure WWE wrestlers are there? I'm saying guys who never wrestled, who were taken in and learned from WWE and only wrestled there. I'm trying to wrap my head around what you're asking. So it would be more of like the homegrown talent, like the. I mean, everyone's got a stint in the indies somewhere for the most part. I guess you have the, like the Creeds, maybe Braun Breaker counts a little bit of the people that kind of went into developmental or came out of the NIL. But yeah, I mean, everybody's got to kind of stop somewhere, right? So my only argument would be like, do you count Seth Rollins? Damn it, watch too many movies. Would you count Seth Rollins as like a pure WWE guy, or did he, do his time elsewhere? I mean, that's an interesting one. But all his development and major accomplishments were there. Speaking of development and major accomplishment,
I was going to say, speaking of time spent elsewhere. But, well, no, I was today years old when I found out that, or got reminded of, because who watched Dark, let's be honest, of that Thea Hale was on Dark, Cora Jade was on Dark, Fallon Henley was on Dark.
Was Cora Jade
all
on
their
Dark?
different names and everything like that. Yeah. Cora Jade was, because it was trending for a while, and I noticed it this morning of, did AEW fumble? And it was just, you're showing all these other wrestlers that had gone other places, or like, I think I saw Serpentico like 8 times there and everything, but it was halfway a joke, halfway of like, so many people had gone through theoretically the system that now are almost stars in the business.
Yeah, well, Tony was doing that thing where he would bring in local talent or indie talent, unsigned talent, and their sole purpose was to job to somebody that was signed. So you never really, it wasn't like a tryout in a lot of cases. There wasn't a whole lot of talent that showed up on Dark and they, oh, we got to, next thing, this person's all elite. Like there was maybe a couple.
No trios. As
Jericho and Big Bill and Ricky.
I've got just Starks and Bill here. But CX, thank you for the super chat, as he's saying, damn, I purchased, but no comment. I think he was trying to say here, KJ knows this wrestling shit.
Some days. Just guessing.
Seth Rollins is from Ring of Honor. Sorry?
Just real quick, it's official, just in case anybody, because they weren't really clear about it, in my humble opinion, but they made it official. Jericho is looking for a partner and will challenge for the titles at World's End. So he's got, and his
partner is going to be Butch. So Jericho's going to show up on SmackDown, and Butch is going to show up on World's End. Forbidden doors be damned.
Could it be the other half of the Golden Showers?
You caught me off guard with that one. I still am. I see that. Granted, he's looked terrible since he's been in AEW. Respectfully, because I was a fan of Kota Ibushi until AEW. But I think it's still going to be, well, it's the Jarrah show.
Shut the dude. It can't be. It can't be. The only time we saw Big Show recently, he could barely walk, and then he got dropped on a car, and we never talked about it again.
Is it weird to say I wish that happened to Chris Jericho?
Not at all.
Drilling Omega. Pause. Oh, and then Chris, see the Golden Showers. Yeah. Trump's not here, my guy.
Oh, shit. Pause.
Look at
the hats on the commentary.
Wait, what?
Wait till the commentary. And we got our buddy Coke, good old Canadian. He does commentary for Daniel Garcia matches. I don't quite get it.
He's the hip-hop dancing hype man here. But so... yeah, Brody King, this is winning you're in, theoretically, at least into a triple. Well, as long as Andrade. You have to win here and hope that Andrade loses to be in.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
So, again, I think Tony did a better job with this league, making it so that it's up in the air going down to the final match. The other league was a bit of a wash because you had 2 jobbers in it, not just one. And... oh my God. And there's no way Garcia wins this match.
No. But I think at least out of the gold side, I know you talked about Moxley and everything. My strong prediction is Scar. Top rope, big pressure. I was trying to remember because I still laughed when
I was like, "What?"
I saw the clip of MJF like literally quoting the lyrics of the song.
Right.
No, and I'm done.
What do you think of them running back Keith Lee and Swerve?
Well, there's a difference. I know you were talking about long-term booking. There's a difference between long-term booking and leftovers, and this is 100% leftovers. And we're all going to be eating our leftovers here come the holiday season and everything like that, but I think Tony's let this maybe fester a little too long in the back of the fridge a little bit.
Yeah, amen. Right? It's moldy. It's a little green. It's not doing so well. And out of nowhere, like Keith Lee, who's been around, Swerve's been around. Like they didn't change companies. He wasn't off injured. They were both showing up at work in the same hallways. And months later, when Swerve's on, the verge of qualifying for the finals, then what? Like then all of a sudden, Keith Lee's like, "Oh, by the way, I remember this cinder block, and I'm coming to get you." Like,
well, and it still does. I mean, if you're gonna have Swerve go towards the title, it's a nice little feud to have on the in between and everything. But if it somehow costs Swerve the match, the three words to describe that are, and I quote, stink, stank, stunk.
No, because I feel like it's almost a step backwards for Swerve. Of like that's his past feud. Don't work backwards, work forward.
Right. I like Keyshawn's hero. Does that mean Rick Ross is coming back?
Accusations.
False accusations.
It's a big motherfucker.
He just saw Santa Claus. That's a big motherfucker.
Right.
Oh, Jacob saying this show is boring, but saying Merry Christmas to us. So he's talking about Collision, not us, but
Collision. I mean, a couple good matches that I didn't mind, but yeah, it hasn't really grabbed me tonight.
It's pause. Well, right now I've got Brody King very much grabbing and hanging Daniel Garcia off the ring apron.
Mm-hmm. Good question.
It's really tonight's been really focused on who, like the standings in the tournament. Like for us who actually understand the tournament, we've been like, oh, we're seeing playoff decisions decided in real time here.
No, you're not. Yeah, I mean, I guess that adds a bit of a fun element, but again, I think what Tony's missing is there is no story even within the tournament, other than I think Eddie's got a bit of a good story going, but like Daniel Garcia versus Brody King, nobody gives a fuck.
Question: does someone make a good story for Eddie, or is just Eddie just the good story?
Eddie's just a good story. I mean, he's been a good story in spite of poor booking.
Well, and there was obviously the Players Tribune piece to where he should have been their top star, their big baby face 100%. And then now you've even got him shedding tears over the Continental Classic and saying emotions, what this business is all about. Like, that's why you pull for a guy like that. But it's still so interesting that the majority of this whole show is just, can someone get in? Like you said, there's no storylines throughout this tournament because half of your competition or like half of your contestants might make the finals.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's part of it. Is that Coke or Diet Coke on commentary? That would be Coke, the OG.
Right. Diet Coke's the one that's out there, tell me more with Ruby.
Did she put up a fight?
well, where was it? I like CX's comment though here of just real quick of, man, y'all the homies 100%. That's what we've tried to do this entire time. Literally, I'm here because I bugged this man enough in the comments and everything. And now we're the homies, we're the brothers. This is the tag stream champions, my guy.
Right. That's it. That's how it goes. We are for the people, by the people, and we are the wrestling friends you can't find anywhere, folks. And we watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We don't stop. It's almost 7 days a week, almost every single week. We do not stop grinding. Other people right now who do what we do have their feet up and they're enjoying the holiday. And here we are on a Saturday Festivus hanging out with y'all because we love to do it.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's not act like this is a hard thing to do at times. I mean, some days it is, but with this, 100%, we got the holiday spirit going along. Most of these people at this point are damn near extended family, which if you want to make sure you're extended family, we got the memberships as well. Yeah, no. Right now, wifey's at work. There's no place I'd rather be than just kicking it with everybody. Respectfully.
I love the caveat. That's adorable, my guy.
I mean, respect.
Merry Christmas. I appreciate it. No, we appreciate all the love, folks. We love that you guys enjoy talking to us. Look, I got to break you two suckers down. Good luck. I'm too high to get brought down, motherfucker.
You can have that. Not even what I'm mad at.
If they were, I'd watch. Wait, what?
Wait, who? What now?
Is Coke Zero Kyle? Kyle? Oh, chopping away. Why has Brody not beat this little man yet?
Because he's got to, knock the hollies out of his jollies. I don't know.
Oh. King was feeling had a little too much eggnog.
He was hoping for some candy canes and some lollipops. And
I ain't got no candy for you.
Stocking. Right.
I didn't know you were a Young Buck fan. Oh, that's the Boston.
Going at Boston here. Now, see, that's the thing. Like I said, this is like being at your holiday dinner. Now we're interrupting people in the comments having their own arguments at each other. We argue enough on screen. Y'all argue amongst themselves.
Sitting at the table. What did he? Oh, touch.
Everybody's following the tradition of the airing of grievances.
My guy. Look at your other screen.
Which one? I got two.
The Buffalo one.
I got Garcia getting chopped, and now he's hulking up.
He's getting thumped. Like they're going back. Like, I mean, this exchange.
Sorry, Josh Allen just ran it in for a touchdown as well. So
and Allen ran it in, of course, because he doesn't trust.
Well, that's why when you're like, oh, he has Gabe Davis on the bench. It's funny enough. I initially traded Gabe Davis, and what comes around is all around. I've now picked him up as a free agent, just sitting on my bench.
Yeah. I saw him. That was an amazing catch, nice throw, and I'm like, no, I know he picked him up, but I was happy to see he's on your bench.
Yeah. I can't really say nothing when I got Nakua going against you. You have Robinson from the Rams last night on your bench.
Sitting on my bench, yeah.
100%. This is the thriller in the Manila, the rumble in the jungle.
Mm-hmm. I was happy that we had a quiet first quarter, but now things are opening up. The Chargers are showing their true colors.
Show your true.
I was waiting for it.
I was hoping the Bills were going to be out here going for the high score like the Raiders did, and see if they could beat the Dolphins' high score here for the season.
You know what? I feel like Allen's done enough. He can maybe take the second half off.
He just hoping for that.
He done enough.
And meanwhile, I'm so invested in that man. I don't even have a backup quarterback on my roster.
Dude.
Tommy Cutlets.
Dude, Daniel Garcia will not quit. The crowd
he's got a 1, 2 count.
The crowd is actually going nuts. Like, this is actually how you get a young baby face over.
This is your story to tell.
A little bit, but it was all for naught.
He might have been counted out, but God damn it, he's going to overcome Goliath and get 3 points. Yeah, that don't mean shit.
Yeah, if I'm going to be picky, why is it just like, why wasn't it this guy in the other matches? It's just the Brody King match that he's like, nope, this big man's not going to beat me.
Because it's the last one.
Yeah. I can't get shut
up. It's the holiday season, so we do. Oh, 1, 2.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Good God, this man will not stop. That's that Buffalo fighting spirit. I mean, I almost have to respect the man because he's from Buffalo.
Bro.
So the man will not die, much like the Buffalo Bills.
Bro. Oh, man. There's a man of fish. 2 men are about to get officially eliminated from the Continental Classic.
How so?
You'll see.
Oh, no. I've got Brody slapping him. Oh, roll through 3.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
I mean, good on you. I mean, okay. I don't hate it.
I hate it.
I
hate it all the way around. But we got to lights out,
what was
folks.
Brody doing? You still build up House of Black, or maybe House of Black respectfully is on their way out.
But by guessing what I think might happen here, yeah, possibly. As we get a lights out and the House of Black show up, I feel like, oh, wait a minute. Top guys. Holy shit. A lot happening here. But yeah, Daniel Garcia shouldn't beat Brody King, man. The House of Black have been booked like shit from day one. And Brody King taking this loss, not dominating this tournament and being like the guy that somebody has to get over, bothers me for Brody King.
I respectfully don't hate this because you're getting him over big time as a babyface.
Who?
Garcia. Like we were even getting into it. We thought this was fucking hang him up, or call it in, phone it in, and this has gotten Garcia over. I mean, granted, I don't quite get Coke out here wearing the Coke leather jacket.
Yeah, and I mean, interesting to see what, does Danny Garcia hang around with FTR a little bit?
I see. I'm weird with this because we had, what was it? It was Buddy Murphy and Malachi that they burned the picture of Dax with his daughter and everything.
Yep.
I feel weird that this is a transition to FTR. If this was just a babyface Daniel Garcia, the kid won't quit type thing, that's fine. But to just already lap that with FTR, now you're hat on a hat, story on a story. You suffocate one to push up another.
And that's exactly what they did. Like, to me, all the equity they just built up. Oh, look at Danny. What a battle from Danny. And he should have got the spotlight where you had Coke holding him up and, I did it, man. I did it. And you have that Adrian, that moment. Instead, FTR comes out and all everybody's cheering about is how FTR is going to get their hands on BCC. Or, sorry, on the House of Black. To me, a little counterproductive, a little counterintuitive. I like what they did with Garcia. I hate that it was Brody Lee they did it with, because I want Brody Lee booked as a fucking monster. I want him to be booked like Kane. You got to you get to see him lose a couple times a year in the early days.
Yeah, maybe. But I think that was kind of one of those. I think that's what made it work with Garcia there, is because we all viewed him that way. Like, I don't think Brody King lost that much. What I think who lost the most actually was Garcia, who got pushed, and then he got overshadowed by FTR, unless he's going to become part of, like, teamed up with FTR, which is going to be weird to shoehorn. Like, you're going to stop thrusting, kid, while we're doing our matches.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, again, a little interesting, but Brody King is now out. So basically, we got one match.
Win and you're in. Win and you're in.
Win and you're in. But if Eddie wins, it will be a triple threat. And if Andrade wins, Eddie's out.
Yeah.
So we're going to get 2 triple threat semifinals. I still have an issue with that.
I'll take the triple threats because my face dropped. My heart dropped when you said if Eddie loses this, he's out. Like,
he's out.
That can't happen. If Eddie loses, we riot.
He's not losing. I just don't think he's going to win the next match. So it could all be for naught.
Wait, but his next match is the one that qualifies him in.
No, the match after that. So if he qualifies for the semis, if he qualifies for the semis, he might not win the semis. Like, I can't imagine it's going to be Kingston instead of Danielson.
Kingston versus Swerve.
Kingston versus Swerve. I think if it's
Kingston, that man's the only one putting his fucking titles online. The man is the only one that theoretically has anything to fucking.
I don't want a Kingston Swerve final. No offense. I'd rather Kingston. Fucking. I'd
rather a Danielson, Patchy the Pirate. Are you ready, kids?
I'd rather Danielson. I'd rather Danielson than against Swerve. Stylistically and such, I'd rather Danielson and Swerve. I mean, I think if Kingston makes it, it might be Mox versus Kingston in the final.
No, you're not. fully wrong. Fuck.
Right? Like, you know, if Swerve's going to be in the finals, I want him to be in there with somebody that's going to move with him. Jeez, Sky Blue.
I'm in commercial, but yeah, I think still, respectfully, at the end of the day, whoever wins this is going to be top rope. Big pressure.
Very interesting, very intriguing.
That man has star written all over him right now.
I agree.
He's sitting there, you know, got the Jacksonville Jaguars cheerleaders and the mascot doing the Prince Nana dance as he comes out, and they've got Swerve's house up on the fucking Titantron.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. I still use the Attitude Era term.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Swerve's got all the fire beneath him. I hope they push him to the roof. Like, I hope they blow him right through the sky, strap a rocket to him, don't hesitate, use this guy. But him taking on Kingston in the final of a tournament, I don't know if that does it for me. Just from a match that, I can't wait for that match. I don't know if it applies. But Swerve not winning this and him going into a rivalry with Keith Lee might kill him.
Sorry, I got all sorts of. I was caught up in the blue.
Yeah.
Oh, and that I saw this and then popped too. Did you see that, Nick? Sky Blue winked at you, my guy.
There you go.
Yeah. Her and Tiffany Epiphany, they're talking to me. No. But I've got Julia Hart coming out right now, and I like the kind of
entrance.
Spooky. 100%. She is arguably the top, if not one of the top female stars in AEW, 100%. And arguably one of the top women in pro wrestling.
Yeah, you're not wrong with that. I mean, she's done
just really on presentation.
Yeah, I got her entrance, but you notice she's kind of separated from the House of Black a little bit. You don't often see her. Like, I liked her with Brody King as her like bodyguard for a while there. But that is kind of faded a little. But I'm getting Thunder Rosa on my screen
because you can't do blonde damsel in distress with super heavy beefy beefcake there. When Tony Storm's also doing it with Luther there, but same thing.
No, but I don't think it is like that. I think she's like the Dark Queen, and that's her henchman.
It's the same thing.
Like, version, no, not even the close. I mean, you go with that big heavy just to kind of stand there and give her that presence. He was doing it for weeks, and it worked really well. I don't know where it went.
Hey, but with the Sky Blue thing, like, I get what you're saying. I'm not as hung up on it, I guess, as Donna Rosa coming out here in the low rider like Eddie.
She doesn't even step into the ring to say, like, I'm back. She gets to the apron and then that's it. That is so, like, this is not enough for Thunder Rosa. What an entrance, though.
I was going to say, I still got her coming out here with all the pyro and everything. I'm a day late and $1 short.
A little bit. Eddie versus Andrade. Coming up soon. This show is at 10. Oh, Steve. Well,
hey, he's saying we're at 10.
I'll take the 10.
I was going to say, well, like Spinal Tap, these go to 11. Mm-hmm.
I think we got to add up the last 5 AEW shows to get a 10.
Divide by 3, square root of pi, all that shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, MD. I fucking love Thunder Rosa. I'm so happy she's back. And I think that's partly why I'm belly aching a little bit of, like, she's back, but she's on Collision in a tag match with a lady who's only been booked in 4 matches ever in the company and in an undercard. Like, you know, she's not going after your champion. She's not going after the women's championship. She's in a tag match against the TBS champion, who's all but a rookie. Like, I don't love it at all. I think it's fucking brutal. And it makes me really, I'm disappointed for Thunder Rosa.
I get what you're saying. I still view it as, if we're going to try and hold that, I'm trying to come up with some defense. Just hear me out. I understand what you said. I'm just trying to present a counter argument. I can't agree with you 24/7.
I'm all ears.
That just, if we're going to go with it being a collision-based show and everything, and a collision-based roster and everything, Thunder Rosa is, you know, the top female that is technically designated on Collision when we saw them splitting the brands. Like I said, I am very much reaching upon reaching just to try and make this fit, just to present a counter argument. But I was just going to ask people whether you've got the ho-ho-hos or the Nightmare Before Christmas winning this match.
Mm-hmm. As, Blue Heart here is smacking the shit out of Abaddon right now. Thunder should have come back at a pay-per-view. Yep, that would have been nice. I'm with that.
Man's just unhappy.
I think if this was any other company, like for all the shills out there, if this was WWE and you brought Randy Orton back to take on fucking the Ninja, we got a problem. People would bitch and bellyache. Randy Orton comes back and he's fucking with Roman. Your former champion who never lost the belt is coming back to fight, two rookies and a lady that we haven't seen booked more than 4 times in the history of the company.
Respectfully, though, I feel like at this point, I'm just glad that she's back. Like, it was almost getting to the question of if we were going to see her back.
Yep.
So if I at least get her back, and maybe, like I said, she did have an extra layoff and everything like that. So maybe she needs to kind of be in a tag match to cover up some ring rust or anything like that. Again, just allegedly. I don't think that that's a terrible thing, and especially like we've talked about, if we're getting more Abaddon on our TV screens, which I'm fully in support of. Like, nothing in this match I'm fully mad at, but I do agree with you in the sense of there's a lot more potential here than what we've gotten.
Maybe we'll see on that one. When does Britt Baker? How do you feel that Nick Wayne's mom has more promo time than Britt Baker in 2023?
I'm waiting for that tweet.
Hey, Britt.
Right.
If you can hear us.
Just ask Adam for a Christmas bonus there, to help pay off that fine here.
Right.
But I'm just waiting for her to be on a fucking forklift at this point. I'm waiting for Nick Wayne's mom versus Trent Beretta's mom. I'm waiting for a Stu on Karen match.
It's going to be Beth. Beth is going to show up and beat up fucking Nick Wayne's
mom.
But
imagine if you were Beth Phoenix,
you could have
potentially taken on Rhea Ripley. If you would have made it work, that's still at least in the realm of possibility. You could have had Rhea Ripley versus Beth Phoenix at WrestleMania 40, and instead you're out there fighting Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. You got to be looking at Adam and just being like, "We're here, motherfucker, because of you."
Yeah. What did you do?
We're here because you wanted to play with Uncle Jay.
As the heels are completely in control of this one, folks. And if you haven't told us who you think is going to win, I'll be all ears. MD deserves bigger and better, to be honest. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think this might be tiptoe.
Why though?
Walk before you run. She's been out for almost 2 years
already. But she was your former world champion, bro.
She's been out for almost 2 years.
So you're going to condone them just tiptoeing with a former champion in a division
yes, to at least see that she can just fucking still. Even it might be just a her thing of she needs to have that fucking confidence out there, and especially it's around the fucking holiday season. Go out there and have a good match. Fucking show that you can still go in the ring. I'm not saying that she shouldn't instantly just skyrocket into a women's title picture or anything like that. But I'm saying right now, what are you going to put her in as you're on the doorstep of World's End?
Toni Storm is fighting Riho, my friend. Riho.
That's Toni Storm just walks into it. But then right, but if that's her first match, think about it. Why do you think CM Punk is having his first matches in WWE on house shows?
On house shows, not on TV.
Right.
On a house show. That's not my fault. You don't have
right, but that's to me. This is the similar. They don't have house shows. They don't have house shows. They don't even have.
If this was anyone else in any other circumstance, you would be 100% like, I can't believe they're doing this. She is getting. She was misbooked.
It's one on fire. You don't think it's that bad? Like, I'm not that salty about the entire match.
I'm not salty about the match. The match is going all right. I mean, it's just this is where, as a booker, you're supposed to amplify your stars, and this is another example of Tony minimizing his stars. It sucks.
It's one It's one
No,
match, and you're
it won't
about
be
to
one
go into
match.
the holiday season to where you're restarting everything.
But it's not like she's going to show up and then go after. Then it doesn't mean why did you stop here? She's going to probably fight Sky Blue for the title.
It's a reintroduction to fucking knock the rust off a little bit.
You're going to reintroduce
for almost what, 2 years?
You haven't had this woman never lost the belt, and you're going to reintroduce her to the fan base that is, rabid as this one is by a match on Collision.
You introduce her with Julia Hart, who's arguably one of your top female wrestlers in AEW right now.
Again, it's the secondary.
Blue,
it's the under fucking card. It's not. Toni Storm should be running away from Thunder Rosa right now, but we got Riho at World's End. And we're probably going to get Thunder Rosa versus Sky Blue.
You'd rather have that be there when there's no build for that entire pay-per-view. I think World's End is just toss it in the trash, move on from it.
Shouldn't be.
I know it shouldn't be, but fuck it. This is the con world we live in.
Yeah. Happy holidays. What's up? What's up? What's up? Big
right. We've now had the airing of grievances.
There you go.
Now comes the feats of strength. If Thunder Rosa wins this match.
I think it's gonna be Thunder Rosa versus Sky Blue at fucking World's End. Or not Sky Blue against Julia Hart. But hey, you know what they'll probably do? Have fucking Thunder Rosa go under tonight, because fuck it. It's not a big deal. She was off for 2 years. Let her tiptoe. Let her tiptoe. Let her tiptoe.
An argument.
Let her tiptoe.
I keep getting distracted by. I know the Bills got the whole circle the wagons thing, but if Sky Blue's the one bringing the wagons, I will certainly circle behind that, sir.
Circle all day fucking long. Listen, that's the funny part. I'm not complaining about any one of these 4 women in this match. I love them all.
Just all of them.
There it is.
All of them collectively.
And there it is. Thunder Rosa will get the win, man. That's crazy. That's good. At least she didn't go under. That would have broke my heart.
Thunder Rosa is looking good.
Julia Hart is a very beautiful woman. Yes, she is.
That is the most respectful comment I think I've ever read from a wrestling fan towards a female wrestler.
Yeah, I appreciate
Respect you, Damien. You get a star. Rio is my favorite wrestler. You argue this point, sir.
You can hang out with Keyshawn and Jeff Jarrett.
Well, you're the one. Oh, we're getting Riho versus Toni Storm.
That's what I said. So
so explain your case of why Riho is so terrible.
Rio sucks. Rio's 75 pounds at best. She is not good. It is it's cosplay bullshit. She should not be in the main title picture. Toni Storm can't have a promo off with her. They can't talk it out. She doesn't have a heater. She has been gone. You talk about Thunder Rosa being gone. Fucking Rio was gone from injury, and she came back, won 2 matches, and is fighting the champion. Why would you not do that with Thunder Rosa, but you would do it with Riho? That's the problem with Riho. There's about 15 women in this company better than Riho that aren't being booked at fucking all, and I could list every single one of them and probably get past 15. Riho is not going to help you sell tickets. Riho is not a draw. Riho is not that good. Rio versus Toni Storm, nobody gives a fuck about. And if Rio beats Toni Storm, Tony's fucking up.
Oh no, it's going to be 100% Toni Storm wins that match. I think that's the given here. I think it's literally we're respectfully, oddly enough, just trying to work past and work through World's End. I think Tony put the cart before the horse here a little bit. So I think we've gonna have a few matches on here that are going to just be squash matches, very predictable matches, very predictable outcomes.
And then he'll go on the media scrum and tell us how he had it's another one of the perfect shows he ran this year. Not one of his pay-per-views sucked, not one of his pay-per-views were bad, but he's pretty much mailing this one in from all fucking reports.
Meltzer just gives every match 4.25 stars.
Right. As I'm on commercial break right now, the Bills have taken the lead. Dun, dun, dun. And my Maple Leafs are about a minute away from a big victory as well. Merry Christmas to all.
Right. The holiday season to we do. Would you take the Usos of the Young Bucks? Yes, and twice on Sunday.
100% of the time.
Right. All of the time. Every time.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, man. It's not even a fair race. Young Bucks aren't in that fucking conversation for me.
No. They were really great for a certain time, and that's it.
Yep. Ruined Blue's heel. Yeah, there's another issue. You finally turn blue, and then she takes a pin. Oops. So who are you building? Who's getting over? No, you should have had Blue and Hart win against Abaddon and another person, and Thunder Rosa should be challenging your champion because she never lost her belt. That's how this should have been done.
My only defense is you're the same one that was singing the songs of Tony doesn't know who's on his roster earlier.
Yeah, Tony.
Like I said, I very much have a weak defense, but it is a defense. It's called the Chewbacca defense. If the con don't fit, you must have quit.
That was a terrible Chewy. Pause.
Still better than me. Pause.
Absolute best of WWE Raw is coming up on Monday. I called the AEW Collision rating 8.1. So there you go. Richard going off early tonight. The premature rating.
Wait, hold on. 8. We're talking 800,000 people watch Collision. So that would be double their average audience, if not almost triple their average audience. What?
I got Eddie Kingston coming out for the main event.
I have commercial break.
There you go. Tony should make a 75-pound or less weight class. Rio Jack Perry can
call it the Real Glass Division.
Yeah, the Real Glass Division. The Fragile Division.
The Fragile must be Italian.
The Italian division. The Italian world title.
So shout out. I think after this is when all the Time Warner networks click over to they start airing the Christmas Story for 24 hours
24
here.
hours.
So Ricky, what up? Saying you've been ravished. Shout out my guy.
Who's been ravished?
All we can think of is ravishing Rick Rude there.
Right?
The most aggressive leotards ever.
Listen, these swamp pigs here.
Now I just need everybody here be quiet for a moment. So you Alabama sweat hogs.
Yeah. Rick Rude is not 2023 okay. But back in the day, he was amazing.
He is toxic masculinity as a pro wrestler.
Right, there you go. 100%. He will spray paint your girl on his junk.
Facts. Eddie Kingston for the win. Yes, Eddie, winning, you're in, my guy. You will hear the Christmas cheer from my side of the earth if Eddie Kingston wins.
Yeah, I might get you to change your mind on our Thunder Rosa argument if this.
For anyone, everybody's happy. Everyone gets everything.
Right. Eddie has to win this, guys, but Andrade doesn't have to win. He could actually take the finger poke of doom, I believe, because he's at 9 points. So him and Eddie would be tied.
And fuck it. Do it. I don't care.
Well, Eddie would win the tiebreaker if he wins the match because he went head-to-head in most leagues.
Yeah, but this is a con league. As we fucking throw an interception.
Did you really? Oh, wait, I got it up.
Yeah. Josh Allen with an arm punt right now as we're 12:08 in the third quarter right now. Buffalo's up 14-10. It'll be a Christmas miracle. Like I said, 100%. Send me off in that sweet Christmas delight here if Eddie Kingston qualifies for at least the semifinals for the Continental Classic and the Buffalo Bills win and damn near all but cinch their spot in the playoffs here. You won't hear from me for about 48 hours.
It's good.
This makes sense. You shut the fuck up.
I didn't mean
That's
that.
Good. I don't have to hear from you for 2 days. That's amazing.
I heard it after I said it. Like, oh, that wasn't right.
That's a polite fuck you, is what that is.
Dude. Eddie Kingston for the win. Thank you, KJ, because Julia shouldn't lose. Facts, Bobby. I'm mad about it. I'm mad about this whole booking situation.
Mad about everything. You're just the angry rapper. That's how you're rapping Christmas songs right now. You're the mad rapper.
It's Festivus, and I got some.
My shit is more John Blaze than that. I can book more John Blaze.
That's amazing. I'll be dead. I'll be dead. Who is the guy off the street coming to the ring? That's
Fuck you. That's who.
I don't agree.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm gonna just shut up and just watch for a good hot minute. So you talk to the people, wave to the people, blow kisses to the people.
You guys don't like Riho. Why is she a good wrestler? I've seen her in Japan and she is good. I just don't think she's good, and I think optically I struggle. And again, there's nothing really behind her. She just, I don't know. Like, she's beating Nyla Rose and she's beating fucking Statland. Like, I don't like it. I don't think she's good. I don't think she's that good.
I
Maybe
just
she's like
laughed
the
at
Ray
this.
Ray.
Nothing behind her. No shit. A strong breeze could get behind her and fucking blow her into a different company.
Like, you need something.
Respectfully, it's in Japan and in Stardom and everything. Again, respectfully, they have like the super featherweight, ultimate, neverweight, open weight, none of the weights.
Yeah.
Championship. Like, I that's fine. If she's competing against someone in that same weight class. If Riho versus Rhea Ripley, if we're going next in the wrestler alphabet here, does not work for me, does not coincide, does not work out here.
And I think part of me is mad because she just shows up and wins, right? And then she goes away, then she shows back up and wins. And that, like, I mean, if you want a compelling story with your world champion, who's one of the best characters you have, arguably, depending on how you feel about her. But at least she's doing something. She's got a unique gimmick. She should be up against a heel or a babyface that can work that gimmick. And Rio can't work anyone's gimmick. She just shows up and smiles. And that's it. Like, that's all we get.
Smile at the people, wave to the people, right? Blow kisses to the people.
We got timeless Tony Storm over here overacting her ass off, and Riho just, hello, kitty.
Right. Pause to the people.
Pause to the people.
KJ is airing his Festivus grievances. Yeah, don't worry. At the end here, we're gonna have the feats of strength here. I feel like we're the South Park there. Fighting Frizzies at 11.
Right.
Bobby's saying instead of firing the VP, they should have hired KJ and Nick on creative role. We've auditioned. All our socials are right there. Who will work for creative?
We just want to help make the show better. We don't
help me to help you. Help me to help.
Yeah, don't pay us. Well, if you want to, you could probably help.
I'm just doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm in picture-in-picture right now on Collision, and
I don't get picture-in-picture.
Well, God bless Canada then, I guess. As I've still got the Chargers right now with the ball marching it down on the Buffalo Bills.
This is a much tighter game. If anybody took Buffalo to beat the spread, you might feel a little queasy right now.
Right. I've said this before. I don't need a cardiologist. I don't need to go to the doctors. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and especially I'm also a wrestling fan. So my fucking ticker's working fine because I'm always out here. Elizabeth.
Right. Andrade back into the ring. Eats a chop.
I have not come to destroy creative, but to save it. We did not come here to take part. We came here to take over.
Right? We're the fucking stepbrothers. We're here to fuck shit up in a good way. Picture in the suits. That's the best part. Nick Wings.
What wings? What wings?
I want to start seeing them up on the in between matches and stuff. You just get woo wings up on the screen for AEW.
I just need that as the fucking air horn at a basketball game. I'm woo wings.
I'm gonna make it my fucking ringtone when people text me.
Seriously, I need that as a notification sound. Is just Ric
Yeah.
Flair with the wooings.
Wooing.
If we get to a point, I don't know if it's YouTube does it or if we have to go to Twitch or cross stream or whatever like that. If we can sit there and to where they have, like someone makes a comment and it makes a sound, someone becomes a member, what have you, it's got to be the first one's got to be the wooings.
What's the password? Wooings.
Wooings.
Right, you're in. You're in. I don't like guys selling equally for everybody. Selling for Riho is like Kevin Nash sold the same for Rey Mysterio as for the Giant. Yeah, that's again one of my biggest issues is you can have a Rio, you can have like a 1-2-3 kid. If Rio's the 1-2-3 kid of the AEW's division, women's division, fine. But again, she can't just come in and whoop ass. Like optically, it doesn't look right. You have to book it properly.
Right. And all I have to say is wooings.
Wooing.
And then Real popping in. Your favorite there, Real popping in.
Yeah.
Just popping in to say Merry Christmas to the Wrestling for Life crew and fandom, and to Nick and especially KJ before he goes and delivers presents to everyone on Monday.
Yeah, I'll be coming down your chimney. Watch out.
Pause. He just comes down the chimney. We are live.
Yeah. Wooings.
Wooings.
And then a stunner. I go home.
Yeah, you got to do the whole KO gimmick and everything too here.
Merry Christmas.
You're getting wooings and woo coins in your stockings, folks. And then Kyle, are you not entertained?
I picture Ric Flair giving out woo coins like Lloyd Christmas. Like that's an IOU. It's as good as money.
100%. That's the thing is Ric Flair does not realize that, respectfully, to my knowledge, crypto is not really much of a thing too much anymore.
It's struggling. It's a struggling thing.
Which are you investing in? Woo coin or Dogecoin?
I'm more likely to invest in woo wings, to be honest.
Woo wings.
I get behind a whole bowl of woo wings, no problem.
And now you got to wash it down with your woo energy.
I'm curious. I just want to know what they taste like. I don't even know if they're available in Canada.
I don't even want to know. Like, I feel like looking at Ric Flair, I feel like they're like undercooked. Like they're probably chewy. They're probably horrible wings with just like the shittiest, most basic sauce on them.
They're not even breaded.
100%. You paid like $40 for woo wings and for like 3 chicken wings, and they're the biggest regret of your life.
I'm telling you, if I ordered woo wings and when I opened the box it didn't say that, I'd be very upset. Like it should be like one of those
just like a wings. You're gonna be like that chick from what was it? To her it was Emma Stone to her. She said, I got a pocket full of sunshine, and you just be like, woo. Wooings. And by that, like day 3, you're in there like with a shower with that playing.
Yeah.
Wooings.
All I want for Christmas is kayfabe.
It's an IOU. It's an IOU.
An IOU. That gets a star.
You get a star.
100% get a star on that one. It's as good as money. It's an IOU.
It's an IOU. That is Ric Flair's cryptocurrency is an IOU.
Yeah, apparently
I need that as a t-shirt now.
Yeah, rumor is that Flair's had quite a few IOUs over his lifetime. So
a boo-woo.
Right. Oh, dude, that is funny as shit. Oh.
Ass. So Eddie with the high kick onto Andrade coming off the top rope, but he messed up his knee.
The electric boogaloo.
That's still like common tonight. It's an IOU.
Well played.
Someone make that a tweet right now and tag us in it.
That is like honestly, I want to find a commercial, like a pic of like the woo coin call out and put that caption it.
We can make that happen here after the fact. I feel we'll work on that.
Oh, big moonsault by Andrade to the floor.
Woo.
Pretty good match.
Sorry.
This crowd's been lively. It was lively on Wednesday too. I'll give them credit.
Festive is the word I would use.
Festive.
Woo are you? Woo, 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 woo. I really want to know who are you?
Right.
14-13 right now. Bills with the ball. As Eddie's got Andrade. I've got him. Well, Andrade fighting out right now, throwing back elbows here. Dumps Eddie on the outside.
Two woos don't make an IO woo. Not bad, not bad.
You tried.
Corey Williams, that doesn't mean nothing. Rio is still good. All right.
To each their own. Just
100%.
The Mass Collective thinks she's kind of awful.
She's just not helping business, right? She doesn't help make the show better.
There's no reason for me to be excited to tune in to watch Riho versus Toni Storm.
No.
Outside of Toni Storm, which Toni Storm doing Toni Storm, I'll tune into.
Two woos don't make a yeet.
There you go. You found it in the back.
There you go.
And is it surprising that WWE is selling blurred out yeet shirts?
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, considering like that should have been done prior to fixing the problem. Now just sell regular yeet shirts. Like,
folks, if I'm on your Christmas list, if you're my Secret Santa, send me a blurred out yeet shirt.
Right?
Because I literally thought I was fucked up.
We said that. We're like,
I was like, what?
What's going on here?
Am I fucked up or is the TV fucked up? Turns out neither of us was fucked up.
Both can be true.
Right. Eric commenting on your Santa hat, saying nice Santa hat, bro.
Thank you.
The blurred out yeet shirt is genius. Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna capitalize on all the monies.
Yeah, again, they're printing dollars that you can't. They're making everything work, and so much shit is getting over.
Right. Oh, he caught it. Third down. Holy shit, Diggs got that. And held on to it.
A good match, guys. I'm not gonna like. I don't know why. It's a weird night because it's been good matches. I don't know what it is that's just like missing. But great match. Like another false finish, another false finish.
So who we do. Like that's the thing is I think it's literally you've got the holiday cheer going on of everybody's distracted at this point when it comes to holidays.
This is awesome.
Ooh. Meanwhile, I made an excuse for someone that paid tickets, took time out of their day and everything to go here, but still. Do you think there was a thing me could get Varian Cage in WWE? English doing Are You How?
Oh, imagine get another draw and they're both out. Actually, Andrade would get in.
Andrade would be in.
Andrade would be in.
Fucking put that evil on me.
10 points for a draw.
Big play game. Let's go. I don't even care you're on my bench. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. Because you know who's got throwing the ball? Josh Allen. Tiptoe by the window. We're reversing the figure four. Is Eddie Kingston?
I got a winner. I'll wait for you to see who it is.
No, don't you do that.
I'll wait to see how you feel about it. We got a winner.
We got a winner. Know if I'm here in 3 minutes or if I'm not here in 3 minutes.
If we only could have gotten more Thunder Rosa and Sky Blue. I like that comment too. That's true. Scooby-Doo Woo.
Do it! Put it back first. Can please. He's dropping 1, 2. Let's go! go.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
It's
Thank you for catching up.
Festivus for the rest of us. It is a Festivus miracle, 100%. Absolutely. Eddie Kingston, win the game. I know, screw you with your double triple threats, and I know you hate it. But
so
Eddie
bad.
wins, so I'm fine.
It's so bad.
I don't care, Eddie Kingston.
Well, I mean, wait, technically with Brian getting the tie, no, it won't be a triple threat.
Oh, it's Eddie versus Danielson. What the fuck?
Yeah, because the tiebreak goes to the win.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so 1-on-1. Kingston versus Brian.
Let's go.
They got away from my nightmare scenario. So kudos. We got one, not two. So
you have no room to complain. I
got to give them credit. At least it wasn't another triple threat, which technically it could have been, but the tiebreak goes to the.
Good on you. Just what a way to fucking send me off into my. Because I thought for the longest time Eddie was.
I didn't even think
I thought he was fucking out of this.
I didn't think you.
Oh, we ran over time because we had Eddie and Danielson looking at each other and starting to talk, and then I cut into the Warner Brothers logo for Horrible Bosses.
Later. Man, I mean, I listen. Your reaction surprised me because I didn't think anybody cared about the Continental Cup that much. Even
I care about Eddie Kingston.
I care about Eddie
Ride
Kingston.
or die.
So he wins a tournament that it doesn't really matter.
I don't give a fuck. He won something.
All right, he won something. He kept his belts. Damn
exactly. It. Even that, right there. Let's go.
The man who had his belts taken away for no reason.
I mean, the thing is, I thought he initially was almost written out of it. I said for the longest time, yet needs to be considered into the final. He's the one that has technically the most at stake. He's the only one putting any sort of titles up here. Yeah. You can't have him be mathematically eliminated out of the gate. Mm-hmm. And I guess we're going to have a new champion now. Boo-hoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what happens if he loses to Brian in the semis? Is like we thought this was Brian's tournament to have. So Eddie Kingston's going to beat Brian Danielson to go on to the final
versus Eddie, and it's going to be a goddamn Christmas miracle.
Swerve versus Eddie, man. All right. Yeah, that wouldn't have been my choice, but I'll go with it.
Apply. Yeah, Swerve. Why not try? I still, even if Eddie's in the finals, I still think Swerve wins it.
Yeah, but then again,
I'd still at least give him the spot of being there.
Yeah, I don't.
At least he's the one. Go out on your fucking shield, Eddie Kingston. You're the champion. If you're gonna be the man, you got to beat the man.
So that's where I think Danielson makes that buck stop real quick.
He can't see. Just come at him from the right side. He can't see you coming at him.
Go right.
Just constantly circle to your right.
Dun dun dun. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. So I expected Eddie to win this one. So mathematically, he gets in. Brian gets in. We get a rematch. And again, this will be very interesting as far as who makes the final from this side. Will face the winner between Jay White, Moxley, and Swerve. Which, I mean, who saw that coming?
You know what almost makes me think that Eddie's going to win this even more is because you had that as the first matchup on this side between Danielson and Eddie, and Eddie lost.
So he gets revenge? It's like the vindication.
Spinning back fist into that fucking bad eye, my guy. Shatter his whole cranium. We're done here.
So then Eddie takes on Swerve. Eddie could win the whole tournament.
Let's go. No, don't tempt me with that. That's even reaching for me.
I just worry that it's going to be Eddie versus Moxley in the final. I don't want that.
Well, that's what Tony right there said. It has to be Eddie
versus Moxley. I don't want that.
No one wants that.
Yeah, look, there you go.
Moxley even doesn't want that.
Mox versus Eddie. But then would Mox go? Mox would have to go under. He has to if you get that matchup. But Mox is such a weird dude. I don't know, man.
Oh, Kyle saying 7.5 out of 10. Bobby saying 6 out of 10. He's saying Andrade's on his way to pack his luggage.
Yeah, he getting close to that door. He just tick-tocking. Tick-tock.
Well, now is it so funny though that your father-in-law is the one out there with the woo wings and the woo cola and you know the woo coin and the woo this and the woo that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you gotta then go to the other side to where your wife's sitting there on the sidelines with a busted knee for 9 months. Like there's no winning.
Well, I mean, again, you hang out with his wifey who's got a sore knee, or have to put up with Ric Flair in the back all the time. And you're like, fuck, would this guy go away?
Netflix and chill or woo wings.
Which at this point, I mean, Flair's still going for a Netflix and chill if he can get one. Eddie wins over Swerve or Jay White. I have serious issues with it. Yeah, me too. I'm with you. Boss.
Those are words.
I'm with him. I agree. If Eddie goes over a Swerve right now, I don't like it. Doesn't feel right to me. Jay White, I mean, again, that would be stop and start booking. Jay White's been booked weird even in the tournament. It'll be interesting. I will be we said from day one it felt like Brian's tournament. So if Brian goes out in the semis, I'm going to be a little shocked.
Well, sir, then I guess, speaking of tournaments and everything, then I guess I'll mention how right now the Buffalo Bills are up 21-13, and I'm up on you 76.
I've had one player play.
So 5.2.
One player play.
I understand that.
One player.
I understand that.
One player.
Right, but I'm just saying, I have set the bar.
Okay. Well, come talk to me on Monday.
I'm the Cesar out here. We are the bar.
Right. Andrade is going to CML first before WWE. That's what I've heard. Possibly. I could see him making a little tour. He's in no rush.
He popped up there, I believe, not too long ago. Actually, pretty recently, I believe.
Yeah, he dabbles.
Yeah.
Woo earns. Fair enough. Woo wings. You made Adam laugh, I think. Woo wings on everything.
Maybe he's laughing at me.
Y'all gotta look up Zach talking about what a nightmare Ric Flair was backstage to kill Tony. Dude, these clips are fun. That whole situation fell apart quick before he walked off the podcast for roast jokes. Yeah.
I have no knowledge.
No.
Of what you're speaking about.
Oh, bro.
And it's surprising because I catch a lot of at least the shorts of Kill Tony and everything like that, but I have no recollection, no knowledge of what you were just speaking about.
Yeah, they did a roast of Flair and then Flair walked off. I mean, a couple of jokes were about David, so he got pissed.
Yeah.
So, but again, there's a whole lot of heat about it.
Well, Ric Flair is very much 100% an emotional dude. He's gonna, get misty-eyed over anything and everything, and especially if you're to mention something like that.
Yeah.
Or Reed, yeah.
Swerve is facing Keith Lee at World's End, so he's probably ain't winning. Has that been confirmed yet? That can't have been. They didn't confirm that, did they? There was no build, no story.
I don't know. I will look that up right now. If you talk to the peoples,
if they're doing that, I'm not going to be happy. Till the 10th day of Christmas, Nick gave to me what? LOL.
Pause. Now I'm just thinking of the cable guy line of, my girlfriend gave to me, clap, and I left her.
Hey, Big Show, go tell Mox he is putting Edge over. Fair enough. If Swerve don't win the tournament, we riot. I don't know.
So, according to the lovely Wikipedia right now, for World's End, the matches are as follows. The winner of Danielson versus Eddie versus the winner of Moxley, Swerve, and Jay White. Hook versus Yuta in an FTW rules match for the championship. Julia Hart versus Abaddon for the TBS championship.
So, wait, time out. Quick, stop there for a second. Did Abaddon get the pin tonight?
No.
Oh, I didn't think so. Okay, we can move on.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't blow your load on a shit pay-per-view. Timeless Tony Storm with Luther versus Riho for the AEW Women's World Championship. Big Bill and Ricky Starks defending the AEW World Tag Titles versus Chris Jericho and TBA, aka Captain Insano Shows No Mercy. Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland in a no DQ match. So, is this the payoff? Is this whole pay-per-view down to 2 matches?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, sort of.
Well, we technically already had Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage, and we kind of all knew it wasn't going to be the payoff.
No.
So is this the fucking payoff?
You'd imagine there's no DQ.
Weeks later?
Yeah, essentially. Thank you. I agree.
Yeah. Well, just let it marinate. Let's slow cook, my guy.
Slow cook.
I was gonna say, you own a team in Jacksonville. Have you not heard of fucking seasoning or fucking soul food or anything? Let that fucking shit simmer, my guy.
Let it simmer.
Right. Well, then again, he also, much like the Devil storyline, lets shit simmer too much and it overcooks here. But we've also got MGF defending the AEW World Championship versus Samoa Joe. So we've got 7 matches so far announced for Worlds Collide. So we're halfway to a regular AEW card.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably stop now. I mean, you got Wednesday, and I imagine Wednesday's just going to be a regular old Dynamite. I think I don't think it's going to be like a best of show or anything. So
no, that's when you get the decision between you get Danielson versus Eddie, and you get the triple threat too as well.
Fair enough. So if that's the case, then I guess we'll get more matches announced next week. Hey. Interception.
Huh?
No.
Don't tell me you're starting to get ahead of me on this goddamn football game too here.
No. Bill's got the lead. Nick's smashing me right now. I gotta get some guys, playing.
Don't worry, trust me. You've got everything coming up Monday here, so I just got to get out far enough ahead so you can't catch up.
Alan's a bit of a piss off right now because it looked like he had a quiet first quarter. But maybe they sit him out.
Have that. That even what I'm mad at.
Right. Tony Khan doesn't strike me as a soul food type. No, he looks like a fucking craft dinner and hot dogs guy, which I like, but that's where I'm sealing him.
No, he's the raisins and macaroni salad type.
Yeah, there you go.
He's 100%. He's salt and pepper are too much for Tony Khan, I feel.
Right.
He shies away from the Old Bay or the Montreal steak seasoning or anything like
that. The Devil storyline feels like NWO 1999 just ended already. That's a valid take.
I was going to say, you had to put the caveat with 1999 there.
I'm watching MLW Holiday Rush on YouTube in the background. There you go. Shout out to MLW.
Right.
We got the rest of the card to be announced. There is 0 hour, so that'll be 3 or 4 matches to be added.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Rocky Romero versus OC2.
Ace Steel's wife versus Miss Matt Jackson, who just really, that's why she's stepping down, so she can compete in the ring versus Ace Steel's wife.
You heard it here first.
Action.
Don't worry though, add 5 Ring of Honor matches and 2 trios matches. There we go. We know it. So now it's becoming a running gag. So that really does tell you that, listen, as fans of the company, we are noticing the pattern, Tony, and maybe you try and mix it up a little, big guy. Give it a whirl. I know you think you're on this amazing run, but let's be honest, you're not.
Yeah, he respectfully needs a reality check.
Yeah.
In one form or another. I know everybody, even if you love AEW, you have to acknowledge that it is not where it thinks it's at.
No, but the thing is, he blames if a fan is out there, if like you and I,
the bots.
Yeah, if you and I are out here saying negative things about AEW, we're just haters. We don't get it. We're not We're not fans. We do all these amazing shows, and then somebody's got negative things. No, you're not doing amazing shows, and people are being honest about it. And your way to avoid the honesty is just act like it's not a thing.
Well,
Oh,
and that's the thing.
fickle
Can I
fans.
touch on that for half a second? Is to me, honestly, respectfully, if you're not willing to have an open discussion about any wrestling show that you're watching, because we've been there with WWE, we'll still sit there and poke fun at this, that, and the third. I was poking fun at AJ Styles cutting promos last night. If you're not willing to have an open discussion with what you're watching about, and you've got to watch it with everything is great because it's from here, just fuck off. You've already lost the fucking game. You need to be watching everything with an objective eye, because at the end of the day, we want good pro wrestling. The rush that we have right now in WWE doesn't happen without an AEW. So we don't want AEW to go away. We just want it to be better because we want iron sharpens iron. I want this side going at that side and that side going at that side, because then I get nothing but good pro wrestling across the fucking board.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. And I guess people are saying FTR and House of Black are being added to World's End as well. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, it's exactly what I was saying, that, and we've said it here a million times, dude. I mean, it's no different than anything else. We have every right as fans to be open. And I will not subscribe to, you all have to view it this way. We don't all have to agree. We don't all have to get along. We just have to be open. And Tony Khan's being extremely, I don't know if internally he's like, he goes home and he's like, man, we're fucking up, but it doesn't seem like it. He really thinks like this was an amazing, like 2023 wasn't the best of years for AEW as far as what they've put on in the previous years. It hasn't been.
It was far from the best of times. I think it was more the blurst of times. But even then, still, we pretty much all kind of like this. Like you and I, especially, tend to half time like the same wrestling and everything. But we'll still sit there and have at it. No, you should do it this way. This is what's going to work. This, that, and the third, and everything like that. But I feel like there's no discussion like that happening backstage at AEW. There's no open dialogue about everything. It's this is the way things go. This is what we're gonna do because people are happy, and
you're great.
You're good.
Yeah, you're great. You're great. You're great. Oh, how did I do? Great. How did I do? Great. Doesn't matter how many times they botched that match or the little nuances that they got wrong or if things didn't line up properly.
It's been proven Tony Khan would rather release or fire a talent than have an awkward conversation with them to discuss anything going on.
Yep. Bobby saying that Christian girl, I think that's not supposed to be there. Nick Wayne's mom, Christian's girl, I got you. Versus Edge and Beth Phoenix at World's End. No, what's going to happen is it's a no DQ match. So Nick Wayne's mom's going to show up and get involved, and then Beth is going to come running out to save her man. I'm telling you guys.
I'm going to spoil it now. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Spoiler alert. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. It's going to be bad.
Oh, wow. FTR and Daniel Garcia versus House of Black.
Speaking of going to be bad.
Why? Can't we just...
Thrusting. Why am I... so we're going to have Garcia thrust as they hit a big ring in the fucking corner here for the 1, 2, 3.
Just, again, why couldn't it just be FTR versus, two of...
because... reasons, because canonisms.
What are your thoughts on the comments of Eric Bischoff taking a shot at TK about his ticket sales of his company versus WCW ticket sales back in the day? He's right. You can't, it's not even a fair comparable. At the beginning, but they were filling up like the fucking, they were filling up arenas and doing big pay-per-views. Tony's not. Tony's selling 3,000 tickets to a venue. So, Bischoff got him to a place where they were packing houses.
WWE house shows are right now selling the same amount of tickets, actually double tickets that AEW pay-per-views are selling. But if there's one thing that 2023 has brought together, it's it's brought a lot of people together. It's brought me together with I used to not like Eric Bischoff. Now I agree with a lot of the shit that he said. Same thing with Bully Ray. You make a lot of sense now.
And again, a good example of a guy that at the time made a lot of mistakes. And looking back, he said, yeah, I probably made some mistakes. But I guess that would be a guy I would listen to when he says, yeah, you might be fucking up. Because he knows. He knows.
A lot of people say, oh, he's got his head up his ass. Well, not as much as certain other people that worked with him, but oh, Gabe Davis. God damn it. I should have started Gabe Davis.
Oh, Davis is killing it. I think he's got like fucking 20.
But that's the thing is he's big play Gabe. He hasn't racked up a fantasy
21
point for like 3 games, and now he's just out here a world beater.
That's the hardest shit, man. Like you're just trying to figure this. Like, all right,
into holding. So, anyways, but by the way, shout out to you with your Maple Leafs. I got Austin Matthews out here scoring 2 goals for me. So
big night. The Leafs bounce back. Hey, it's amazing when your goalie doesn't let in the first 5 shots of the game. Yeah, it helps.
Siv.
Holy fuck! If they again, I don't know. I'd fire the coach if he keeps putting in the goalie. I'm just gonna say that. If I was the manager and you're like, you're gonna start that guy again, you're fired. Fuck that.
Meltzer kissing AW's butt with 5-star matches. Ever show is why Tony thinks it's all great. He needs honestly the voice he trusts. Well, you're even starting to see Meltzer, Alvarez. You're seeing JD from NY, that big bad bully out there, waver on, their opinions on AEW and see, well, this is why this is failing. No, this is what everyone's been kind of warning you about.
Yeah, Manny, you're correct. Daniel got helped by again, just kind of just give me a good FTR tag match. That's my only complaint. You could have you could have gotten to this story. Like, I just want FTR to be a really good tag team. They used to be.
Right. And they at one point were last year actually our tag team of the year. And now you're almost question if they should be in consideration. Get out! Oh, you got out! Fucking give up the ball, you fuck! You got out of the sack and then proceeded to get sacked where you would have gotten sacked.
He got double sacked. No one likes to be double sacked.
Right. You have he got into marbles.
Yeah. Oops.
But what's, by the way, a fun fact, much how we talk about the wrestling is doing, the first hour commercial free with the Bills Chargers game. They're doing the fourth quarter commercial free.
Yeah, I wish WWE would do the last half an hour of shows commercial free after shoving all the commercials up our ass for fucking 2.5 hours.
Well, would you rather trade that, or would you rather not have a third hour of Monday Night Raw?
I would obviously take the 2-hour Raw if I could get it. But if I had to choose, if we're stuck with 3 hours, do something to make that third hour kind of a little less clunky than some of the other parts of the show.
Fair enough. Now we just took a time out.
Yeah, I did hear one of the podcasters out there dinging a bell every time he said "great," which I thought was hilarious.
It will do that as a comparison to Vince McMahon saying, "Oh, what a maneuver!" or what a maneuver! Mark Hamlin right now is in the game on Festivus for the rest of us right now.
Oh, flags everywhere! Buffalo Chump.
Wait, what the fuck? I'm on 4th and 30. What the fuck is you talking about?
I got 9:28.
We're about to fucking punt.
Really?
Did you already get the punt?
What time do you got? I got
9:28. I was gonna say, did you somehow get ahead of me? Now I got all the flags. How did you get ahead of me?
I'm always ahead of you.
I'm gonna refresh my.
That 2-hour Raw pause. Yeah. Hey, shout out, Merry Christmas. Enjoy your UTI log.
Yeah, you got that. You can have that.
I wish WWE wouldn't do commercials between entrances in the middle of promos. Yeah, I don't like that, and I wish they could leave some of the main event window alone. I really do, just because it's so hard. The ding ding, you get like entrance, commercial, entrance, and then ding ding. They don't even do anything commercial.
Right. Well, we sat there and had the whole short on our channel and everything that shows what Randy was doing during the commercial there, to where you're sitting there having to just kind of lean on the steps and rub his hands together for about 3 minutes.
Oh, run!
Are we
run,
gonna stay to the end of this fourth
run!
quarter, or what are we doing?
I don't know. I was just yelling at the TV. But real quick, and I said this a million times. Cornette is right about the whole idea that when you get asked a question, you know you're overcompensating when someone asks you a direct question, and this is Tony Khan, of something simple like, what do you feel about your partnership or your TV deal with Warner Brothers? Are they talking to WWE? And you go on an 8-minute tangent about how amazing your company is and everything it's done. You're not answering the question at all, because you can't answer the question honestly. It's that night. Remember when you and I were sitting here and they said, "Hey, Tony, does CM Punk have a non-compete?" And you saw his face go and like that deep swallow, and he can't answer that shit. He is just, to me, he's becoming more and more and more full of shit with each press conference.
I almost, at this point, I feel bad for Tony, because I feel like he hasn't surrounded himself with the right people to really help him in this situation.
Facts.
Like, he was not prepared to be in this situation. He was not built to be handling this. And he has surrounded himself with more, I guess, to quote a CM Punk line, glad-handed yes men, than anything, to where no one really has Tony's best interest out in this situation.
They just look, not at all. And you can tell. And I think he's a nice guy. I really do. I think his heart's in the right place. But again, if he keeps telling himself,
I can't say I do better than him if I had that type of situation and that type of way. I would hope I would do better.
I'm confident. I'm very confident. I'm very confident.
Stay down, stay humble. I'm trying to be
no, fuck humble. Be greedy. If some old man gave me $200 million and said, run a wrestling company, I would put my life on it that but 90% of the booking would be better than what we're getting right now.
Fair enough, but I also, though, if I got handed $2 million or whatever, like, my initial thought is not going to be start a wrestling promotion.
No, but if I'm told, like,
that's the one objective I got to complete.
Yeah, here's your piggy bank. If some old guy said, I will give you money to run a wrestling company, I'm confident that I can book better than this, just based on the shit that, just alone on the stuff I screamed about. Of like, I would never
that owns a wrestling promotion, or needs a head of creative or anything like that. Our socials are running right there underneath us, so you can reach out and be a friend, tell a friend.
I'll take a 60-day challenge. If I fuck it up, I'll say sorry.
Honestly, one of those of I'll work the first whatever for free,
6 months free.
So then when I fucking prove I can do this shit, then you really pay me what I'm worth.
Well, as I said, 4 years ago, you, me, Tony Khan, all had the same amount of wrestling booking experience on our resume.
Facts.
So, and the difference, I think, between you and I is if we were in Tony's shoes, we would have people around us giving us the good answers.
I was just going to say,
the people that
is that the difference? Maturity?
Well, just on the booking.
Is that a difference?
Among other things. But all that being said, folks,
leadership offense. Let's go.
Sorry. Yeah, Nick and I are going to take in the last couple minutes of this. I wish it was
close. My guy, there's 8 some odd minutes. So are we making?
No, we're leaving. We're leaving.
Like, the holiday season.
I'm going to bed. Santa's coming. Pause.
You've got a lot of traveling to do here in the not too distant future.
Right,
here.
I got to get around the world. I've been around the world. If money
been around the world and
I've been playing. I don't know why. If given money to book wrestling company, night one.
That man just got fucking beat around like a goddamn pinball.
Right. In a thong, doing a Bronco Buster. There you go. I hope you get the dream to come true, my guy.
Yeah, that Mae Young skeleton. You can just fucking puppeteer that shit to come out there and do that.
Right. I don't know why Easton Stick is in the
because chat. Easton Stick is the name right now of the Chargers backup quarterback. And 100% I feel like you would appreciate that, because a guy that channel that I follow is Urinating Tree. And yes. Yeah, I know. But That's Good Sports, 5 points. Tom Graciolo of that, but yeah. So the man's name is Easton Stick, and every time they talk about it, they just pull up an Easton
hockey stick. Yeah, this was my first thought of like, okay,
yes, that is, so he was built to be a hockey player, but somehow ended up the backup quarterback for the Chargers.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I mean, Rudolph got a win earlier, so hey, 'tis the season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that is Friday. That is Friday. That is Saturday.
That is the Woo Wings.
That is the Woo Wings of the show. Thank you for the W. Thank you for being here with us tonight again. We are going to take the next couple days off, but we're hoping to throw up some content while we're gone. Make sure you check our shorts. Make sure you check our videos. Check our shorts. Eat my shorts. But that all being said, folks, we are grateful. Pardon, sir?
I just said easy, Bart Simpson.
There you go. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, we appreciate you. We are grateful. We are humbled. We are about to hit 3.2K subscribers, and we wish every single one of you out there a Merry, Merry Christmas. Give the gift of Wrestling for Life to all your friends and family. And have a good night.
I love y'all. 100%. Happy holidays. Fuck you. You shit on my moment right out of the gate.
It just you came in like the drunk brother-in-law of like, I'm so happy they're getting married.
We're the wrestling buddies you can't get in your real life. So 100%, I'm the picture of Ben Affleck.
I love it.
Out there at the gates, having a puff of cigarette and everything, as you just shit on my whole moment right there, trying to be nice to everybody. But anyways,
you made me laugh.
KJ's already fucking sorted it, like Uncle Eddie out here saying shitter's full. 100% happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Festivus, everything like that. 100%. Appreciate everybody here. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. What are you talking about that wrestling? I'm going to put that for life with it. Keep the change, you filthy animals.
I love it. See you on the flip side. Merry Christmas. Good night.